took turns by under President John Dramani Mahama. As you may be aware, cabinet is an important decision-making body of government, perhaps the most important. And every president is required by the Constitution to compose a cabinet. And that cabinet, once composed, must begin regular meetings to fashion out policy and determine the direction of governance. So, as a first requirement, President Mahama has composed his cabinet. And as you may be aware, the constitutional requirement is that cabinet must be made up of 19 ministers. And so the first point of business is to put together this body of 19 ministers, chaired by the president himself. And I would proceed to announce the names of the 19 ministers who form the cabinet. First on the list is the Minister for Finance, the Minister for the Interior, Minister for Health, Minister for Defense, the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, the Minister for Energy and Green Transition, the Minister for Education, the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Minister for Food and Agriculture, Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, the Minister for Roads and Highways, Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, Minister for Works, Housing and Water Resources, Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Minister for Transport, Minister for Labor, Jobs and Employment. So these are the 19 ministers who form cabinet together with the president. Now, apart from these 19 ministers, other ministers are made to attend. And so you find that the description for that would be in attendance. So the following ministers were in attendance at cabinet today. So the Minister of Sports and Recreation, the Minister of Youth Development and Empowerment, the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture, Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Minister of State in charge of special initiatives, and my good self, the Minister for State responsible for government communications, the Minister of State for Climate Change and Sustainability, and Minister of State Public Sector Reforms. So this essentially is the composition of those who attended cabinet today, in addition to the cabinet ministers.
That is 6 minutes past the hour of 2. Accra FM Citizen Show. I know Tudako here. Good afternoon and welcome on board. And Pum to say, Ambassador, I can see a master for Febrary. Thank God it's Friday. And the Union Muslim for the Comos. For Bompire, Amagana, and Kwaso. We are very fine. Also live on CTV, Ghana's #1. Wait me so joining on Facebook now. Watch the watch the emphasis like I say, man. There's Kwame Kwachi producers on there. Eugene Badarumenti you fly on Facebook and other social media handles. Chris Abriko said on Sam Baba Sodin Kunya Bruce, yes, right, never some woman Ghana. And some Bregua Passo, you better than you know, so free. And somewhere you did go password cannabis and straight a dos war. Baby, I would too, baby, I would say, man, I am OD. Live on a crow, 100.5. I recall Nadia Adjoinie, Pedro, Medina Cruzes here. Yaya Jafar Swatchweni and tell Hammond I see you. Sassoni about them live on Ghana's #1 CTV. The first like I say, my Remy Aluku Slim Gozi is here. Kwesi Nobo Agbuka at the same. That's how we do it. Friday fever. Baby. Yes, sir. I know to that Queen, voice for the voiceless, get of the nation. And I'm paying Rajini Pusokra. Hey, na MPP, sir. Near Mama, I don't know. Reports na Babanteno, I would have. Listen, your crowd reporting, is a say, and your mom, Muluzu, I don't know. And then they went to hand over the wire. And then, filler. Yani and your penny hopes not to have some king come on. Oh, but a bow at Tankra. And near my pair, Corsuntia, and my MPP lose elections. Especially was sentimentum at time. Aya poto, aya ko, Mr. Train, and ne, my back. So you better sound commando, not your moon you see here. Office of the Special Prosecutor versus former Finance Minister and Seminole. You better be so hanum and net every. Hey, now over about me yesterday. Sir John Dramani Mahama, more in Crophobia D. Na enfra enim guasesam. Like seriously, did he say that? Said they, and then with the number of things. What must Dr. Bamian Trosa Kratano? Sir, just anyone was say, and net chief of staff, the Krataba Bontain said, one more, your former Jumam, December was with their Tosson soon. Every time what you do over John Dramani Mahama Siso, young former Juman to a cranian Yamuno, was it and fra and what's it over Bamian the class assembly? Like seriously? And then my bomber says I'm brutal. Kwashinobo Agboka is here. Samson Ibrahim Musa Swa joining in live on Facebook. Bulletman Mahuno. Richard Benji also do the Abba Salah Sasraku. Denisa is here, Venunya Aguda Mahuno Papa. Lucky Sagla, I see you. Patrick Kwaku Braku is here. Abwaji Joseph, I see you. Eric Fosudia, Chao Chan, who Hanyezekra, O Prim Kwanza. Sansona Kwaku for real joining Haruna Ba. No corruption is also here. Abwaji Joseph, I say. asem ye me ya enso ye me den na eye owura Gregory Afoko owura Gregory Afoko asem ye me ya but eye me de se matis ya grant ni be se munya bosomfo bedim so a enema se na esi munya trimodemfo ha anabrabafo bedim so a se na esi adabio Gregory Afoko quarter money bill kwame quarter money bill say Gregory Afoko emfa ne ho nkodi ansa enkosi ebe nhwemu na court no aka se odi fo anase odi bem enyesa and then another dan kwaku for no bam yam say da ema Gregory Afoko adamu emfishan kron close to a decade the body yentinye establish it wicked leaders that is how we do it on Friday. Citizen Show Accra FM 100.5 FM. We didn't know to the call. Eti adwuma ne yebeti bebre free order mo. Hwenso ne akwa maso ne ne Commander Boham. Kwabena Bobi ansa. Ye nua penny ye ne ba twe nkomo. Bra penny. Na say me Facebook ba. Anya Facebook kwa bra penny. Social media no. Me who social suit to picture no so bad. Location in aka. Location in aka. Maybe a Commander Boham will be a young channel and ehwe. Kwame etwase etia because ministries need be here juma. But asana no yam fast the PSA and soma bra penny bio. Listo nepeku. Akufudam pare adafo. Akwechi me mewu. Baby na peku obia bra ya chiao. Kwame, one of the latest CEOs in town were Bajuma free zones. Free zones, fantastic. I'm Mary Ewusi. Doc, baby, I will be a child. I mean, I'm going to form a chiba and Chamin Babu. Make I was sitting for one new business. But you're free on young Trancy a year GTA. It's a Ghana Tourism Authority. Yama me me for where you to adwuma wo bono hey Ghana for kika and then crop for mu ja egu jem papa na ene enkoma ye bedi no ye bedi nkomo bebre enkoma emu ohwam enkoma ebeboa enkomo a emema Ghana enchechire akonkan but ehu ba hia so se yewura ba ko a no so adwuma wo ye na boa Ghana ye in charge of GIFEC seal elections na say a course na NDC or your deputy director of elections Dr. Tanko Rashid Computer. Hey, sa GIFEC for enema bebre hon mamu yokwam in charge of all the rural electrification project near there in terms of network connections to the extent some ICT centers. I tell you, I know sir Edwuma Noah Dr. Tanko Rashid assuming office no wajia to no so no but I know sir he will be able to deliver because there are communities in this country overcome unya network and it directly falls under a Juma GIFEC for you. It's a baby Dr. Tanko Rashid Computer will be a Yura Yetiao. Na asana mekaja gumino ma mintu franco domi kwa benya constituency akurugu for ele plem for akurugu sa seat no wa na ebi mo dwene se enya winnable esa sa ekrofo bebre abetrai amfa FM ana ele plem akurugu came to the block me no ka say watimi awini domi kwa benya for the NDC party baby honorable ele plem akurugu wo bia yerincha kese esum no Juma wodie plans or work for the constituency. But him say na wahya no, it will be difficult. Say obi beji sa constituency ne kura efrinisem. But anyway, ehu be hia so say ye di nkomo yi one wa etie yen free. Flagstaff House. Ye show mo crying. Da no me call Jubilee. Na come. A 50 entrance wo kwasi inside ho. Go be a citizen show. I am telling you. It ye who here say at this point. When I Jubilee ni nyina on which here no. Ye do ma say. Ebi amonso mo trotro FM. Ebi amonso wo taxi wo boatum Yango Uber. Ebi a the filling station where BM also office. Obi tie ofie also wakwankwa ni ase. Wajun say for Accra ana wutie. Wonso yadawase abru. Nyakopo nhiraw. Afa ho abahia se ye ka jagum prekope. Ma misha se free. Yewra Gregory Afoko. Anokwasam ne say yenya tirimodimfo bedi yeso ankasa. Menim the difference between Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo, Bawumia Amamuo and Okote Kingdom. Menim difference. Menim be another difference and say bakunu moja because it's quite unthinkable the kind of inhuman treatment they meted out to Gregory Afoko. Be a friend now joining into Untiasiano. Ayehuhunya. In 2015, Mobakaya, Chairman Bia, na your friend Adams Mahama. Na oye MPP chairman. Ewo. Then Bolgatanga. I mean Upper East region. Obakai said he was bathed with acid. I'm a Viasiano, chairman, no, at one and a month. Near Koba and he said, MP before taking over. Woman Susian Ora Gregory Afoko. I normally saw and Tansano Abono. Na Ghana Bremuno. Enkwasi said, Ubatu Tuobiano. Na ubebu ni fono odibem ti potoke se yes until one is proven guilty he or she is innocent ma owura no ejina emra anu ko simra emra nankasa pese wujino 80 there was a court order a Gregory Afoko kra bail. Unum say even though court ejina na namu ma Gregory Afoko bail na Nadu Danko Akufo-Addo no rubber me say wo mpene say even though say assembly bia asijina say Gregory Afoko mfa no nkodi no they still went ahead and the Gregory Afoko ekosemu ye intimi establish Gregory Afoko boni but for 9 solid bad years Gregory Afoko has suffered the pains of the prisons. Me trao abodan for obedience so sabi me person me trao wicked miscreant that led us in this country. Me who the difference between Okote Kingdom and another Danko Akufo-Addo Bawumia I mean the difference. Because so what to me this boning and the now yes I'm sorry them and now mosque. Then you are wicked people. Oh yes. Then you are wicked people. Finally, under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Ora Foku atimi enya bail. I think 500,000 cities or so they are to it. But at least obenya home ye kakra. Eti sa wo he o hawo ne amania MPP aban e de ba obi ti se Gregory Afoko so a na se edru say ye ka kenoforiata asem na ebi mu ye omadwene so mo eti pentin kwase ye no bi no a me bi say sanya atwomu yi onko Febrary. Because let's face it, Bonika Seben Pan Afokoi were Ghana. Because after all, it's not been able to be established here. We have not been able to establish here Gregory Afoko and Kum Adams Mahama. One of the acid Nigun Sumani. Whether or not and only Kreno, it is a matter of a competent court of jurisdiction to determine. They come say we are live on CTV, Ghana's #1. Over Facebook, Uswano Shamai. Wa drink transona de abane akenkan ma wenche eti se continent me establish say boni we ana Gregory Afoko edi yen na enam so ma court ne say yen ni kan ma ni bail. I'm asking you e ba ni sign na ado dan kwaku fado any owura bamia any the other communities in MPP kase even though court say yen ma Afoko bail Afoko e can say Gregory Afoko yen san fan kushim for good, I beg your pardon, for 9 bad years, Afoko has been subjected to the ill fate of injustice. But I'm happy, ladies and gentlemen, that under the leadership of a compassionate leader, I'm happy, sir, under the watch of a charismatic leader, under Obia or what Tima or Pepa, near to Huate, Emma or mine, and enemy yo. Mr. John Dramani Mahama, certainly Yatimiama Gregory Afoko bail. Baby Gregory Afoko will be a Yachado. But Afoko, I'm telling you. I pray say Yamebaya dom na yebedu wasem no na ubedipim. I know the court debate me akasa udipim na unipim. But atantri near wanya and who was Yeka. And look, there are so many other guys for all you know, more prisons are they are suffering. Obi as a prison by 10 years. They be all remand, not some crying kind. What kind of injustice is that? I will not be surprised, Christ, by now, Obi a prison by 20 years, not some crying kind. But you see how Kenoforiata Asembaye, MPP for Demnika, and Yamianka, they are subjecting him to emotional torture. Emotional dying. Momunim emotional torture. Do you even understand emotional torture in its all connotations? Do you understand it? Do you know the emotional torture Mama Gregory Afoko, for instance, I go through for 9 years? I'm going to establish so everybody be. Now let's even face it with the case of Obi to say OSP any Oforiata case. Oforiata say oyare Kenneth Kuntun Kunukuna Naya Oforiata, former finance minister, say oyare. Yadie yemfenya Accra FM. Yadie yemfenya yadie nim MPP ni ana yadie enim NDC ni. Eti I will not be here pretending say obi yadie yemfenya no unim yadie benya no chena. But so obi yadie na hunu say wa boni turumo poso pese wo dodge atentrene o pese wo dodge mra wu. A special prosecutor Babonting ever declare Kenoforiata fugitive. Sebita Fracha, Sebia Kuronto, so a bodamwa keke. No asare, no offense and traffic sham, a free necro, Kenoforiata a fugitive of justice. So one goes to an accident. He followed all the procedure, all the bureaucracy. Making sure, say, Obe, na only pakuno, aye and yeme se, le fata. That didn't go on. That didn't go on. I feel clear by any say, Ora Kenoforiata Kopayarisa, but on your sure so beba, Potokesem, or say he'll be there indefinitely. If you'll be there indefinitely, dear, special prosecutor didn't help us do a minor during diagro. Nesanti obey declared fugitive. And Martin Crophobia can say special prosecutor no power burn or look, go and read about the special office of the special prosecutor. He is clothed with the powers of even the Ghana police. So Ghana police to me declare be wanted. Special prosecutor to me declare be wanted. To me declare obi wanted. Ma me kwa humane so and command the enemy because I feel when I made ban you rub on me, I can say, my friend Crawford, this man is joking. In 2017, nurses buy 8,000. Now, Obiang and clearance. Or rub on me, our chairman of the economic management team. Oh, me, you made that time, no, so love letter. Over 9,000 public sector workers. Or rub on me, you made it. Mammy, go, Manusona, Mene, a year list of your Nepoku. Ending komo na yewia maseba mechi na yaba betwaso live on a 100.5 FM na otu da kwani ubetima join yen right on Facebook for adwin chelebra audu ya nso join Patrick Emingechi. I see you. Ambassador Kwame Mudo oha Ebenezer Mokhtar is also here. We also live on CTV Ghana's #1. Mira list over na poku yama aha ema wakwa abasonko eba Accra FM so.
Yeah, hello too.
What for an to say?
You want me to come swear.
You are dreaming, you who are in such a cron. Na Nientia, ye, ya tutu ya ni, na a better when him say, a bag regret focus in Semia. Oka, and Crofokua, Majna, Akasa, Aquama crash in a bar. Almost every time with beer, when ya quenya. What the Gregory a focus assembly bishim. And penny for send me a dark or see any pitching. Ninsam not as saying, na him for crown of a free. A fay a moabano, or mine in fantasy.
Yeah, no far connection and church for me. For na me momo abaso so me aduma so there. You decline the PSC. Adana twedi amponya nkopon ono na sedi odi kwasi asem emane especially si aboa onidua yankopon ene prano
okay
so we share sedi yan kasaminia yes sedi the fan say yanchen and say dia ya danfo ana and I have a very long-standing relationship that goes beyond even brotherhood. It's in many persons and I mean the victim. And some be a or my way minimum. Said no crown to papa or woman say or young from Swa. Other sons, my junior said, we are saying. Nipa a sinto na brabo ati se obi a wo twasa e ya no nim se na tiatia
okay
enti na we say nobody lives in an island na okwasianso na o se na nko na yene eni obi a me Greg sabi enye se obi a enye ni enti na bia adaba se bia o se le support no na the grandpa manishi sumina so abia ono aye misi onye my brother Greg knew nothing and knows nothing about a Kwanya Faswa, a former Upper East Regional Chairman of the NPP, Adams of Fasuwe, and that has been his statement from day one. Court will cover young confined Rahayina study the it is very yeah, and can someone the tone is it's Mahama Adams here. I'm not same crowd quarter. I was thinking, do not ask me so crown as some boss has a minute.
Okay.
Now, the church in Minibino, yeah, the Kaipa, the chief, and then the Brani to Tunano, and yet they go a focus. I know for to Tunano. Question, we say. Time na eye nikuni be fie no ohuru o se ana na time a muhwe ati nigu ne so ohuru o se ana ema onu akra no Oboya then for 5 blocks. Edison and Sa and San Overfield community. In here, if you have seen her, Obi Bia, no 2 blocks to go there. Say, the liquid, I could do some level a year asset bathing. Not all gloves, but or the sun and Sa. I will never go to any. It means if you call to one of Sadana. Me can publicly say, Mamina, not a worry, Mamma Adams, no. Mamma Adams won't be. Emma, at the year, Abasamis in common. The Lina say, I could find any Canada me or more, only someone you be the second out, you know, or she book. And your friend said, you know, and if you could jabba. Sako for me to go with me, no. And that, Papaya, the friend of Bookie Lab, you move through ya, or no, it's about air papa. If I saw over to your fat, or for no Google. No, one may check for you. A dear Potia, Bookie Lab, Cafa. Yeah, Mama Adams, you yeah, what she said, Utibo Jabba, and it was a bouquet. Women are calling us Sardiano. They just wanted to give a photo, the then chairman of the MPP, you know, a bad name like a dog just to hang it.
Now, of I say, and no, Obibeka say, who Adam Sidi and Shada and Intinina Sonisa.
Oh, Debbie. They said you got a focus on what channel. I mean, not sure I don't say it was just an allegation from a baby, your friend or MPP for headquarters. So, boya.
Okay, boya.
Boya, and almost an announced boya, you know, friend boya. Or no, Anna or Papa, coming from a ticket. So, say, no, as well, okay, no, can help. I don't say, or no, your friend is saying, Mahama Adams and Mahama Adams, you are proud the wood. The ball, the Doria Foku did say, the Doria Foku, and they acid goodness. I got the more reports I wanted by after the autopsy, and he said, Nipano could not have opened his lips.
Okay.
Let alone to talk. Because the church now got damaged because of power or really the friend is saying acid, you know, into the church. And in the nasal and got bent. So there was no way he could have spoken or he could have talked. And so boy, I radio say, I'm in committee so a kind of unity. And then the man said, approach for Kwache, Gregory Afoku. In fact, police form Kwache on a crowd from a report and say, it was that cold. I just said there was nothing to say, Motono, the two crowd, I said, and fear, and say, there's a man, not only to Motono. But there was nowhere, and Quebec to me, I bet he said, Sandy Pano, while your friend is saying, Sa and Yambra.
Okay.
And Slim Lemuno. Sabe, not Mahama, you so. It's not Sa allegation about it. I'm going to change the Goya Foku. Emma, I could buy say, you're referring to everything saying, no, Ella, about for buy, and I could for that buy. I just say, Sa, we are not your man, now, you're just like you said. And I was here, Gregory Afoku Bay. Now, a community day condition. I could follow by and say, day condition. Emma Gregory Bay. Shady, will be our bonnet brat to Afoku near. I'm going to near me a day condition of just 500,000. William, Shady, will be our only Mafuku. And I will be clear in a baby.
Or your accomplishment.
Say, oh, Cabra, Afuquabra, the need say Kufuor ni kro no kra wa bo man nyina no kra ni ono ani na busuafo wi o ma wi o ma
we no o chere former chairman Afoko of MPP
Mpachosen
Messi nya okay nya wa bobra no o chere former chairman of MPP Afoko
yes Afoko
okay
Afoko
okay
lepnia for Afoko
okay
enti o mi si wo ma me ti be condition afa ko wi afia anda wo say we be ti be condition no wo say na to akogina appeal court to say be na o hwehwe no any kwasi e de ma no you see in the whole you go fedami o go fedami the boy ni pa boni ni na boy ni go fedami o say we go ya Foko any kwasi e ma ni bail na ba ma ni bail a e be gane obi a wonu we go ya Foko sebi wo go ni bra na sebi wo ko yire no eya yire na mo yire no krampo no nyepia bi a ma yire ne se mo wo ehwo adansidie o ko to no ni paku a mo fa wo nyina so mo na mo witnesses ni nyina no o mo nsem ba ko kura ni wono mu a e be di se e trese gego ya Foko sebi obi enyambra sem
okay
but in the mo no nsem no wa me charity a na me dia sida enikabia
se na wa kire mu yi wa me yentiase and then no sanka wo na oye Gregory Afoko lawyer anka dia na asiama wo na daachi bi no hunu se onya afa no hodi tototokra anka shebi wo hono mu amema na fa so fa se yede na fa kwan bone so atentre ne a wanya
the question
Accra FM.
Me my imagine say Sonia you go Afoko ya me adom na na ya ma di se ye yen krata sem ye ma nyina adwie na oba bonten na me ame saka me ani mia no na me ne etna simi di nkomo a ye ni lawyer for ne betna ye yen ton koso na ye ni asemi yi igidi se obedi dem finally we will give him na study ye hu so sabo ba was Yama Omani Maya Juma. Now Omani Tia a very huge compensation. Emma Milia Gregoria Fuku.
Also, make us
until such a time, I would still have to wait till we cross the bridge because it's intentia, the Sisi, the Nebra Basem, Minium Bonia, never Faga Bernie. And then she said, Bonia, 6 match, Attorney General, for yeah, only the only that, no, they take Millie go for any edition. Yeah, our new defense is very innocent, highly innocent. Our yeah, Bonnie, Sebi, and I know why you're not just so proceeding in the business. Yakusa Kusano, as you the woman said. The forces have been at the funny year, and you're done yesterday, and you're both doing. My dream society said, and normally be a while. Fire, by that on the far so, a year to the extent, say, court, I can say, Greg, you so stop of it. Also, so, a Mudai case, you know, as a Chemusa, Emma, Greg, as I stand another trial. You know what I say? This is about the 4th time that is being tried.
But sir, I don't know in law. You bet me, I quit it near discharge you, and you bet me, I can say for Hunkodi. But if fresh, fresh, a year against you, I'm to miss and rearrest you, and
look, Sandy, a year since and then I said that then, sell it from walking.
Yes, also
for discharge, almost area arrested.
That's right.
And a combined semi ground to be bought a buyer basso. So she said, we need to salute from us. And as I said, Madame Pa, but Minema, walk a kind of no unica. Said, in our money, you should say a mother bonnet. Until the person in Mark Ghana, he said, see, it's not about the PR for me, but the 1 year bonnet, now you're the Bonia, 1 year, 2,000 the ball. Now, said after Martin Pegu versus the Republic,
Yes.
And then you catch it, if you have to say, if you are obeying to Shabiano, every offense is bailable.
Oh, bail, yeah.
Now, a buyer also a good for that, but fair. Even Greg, grab the family, say, money is not. I do better. I'm a judge best or better sabon. But then some person can drag a sabon and can be bailable offense. Now, a good for the citizen and then look at it. No bill, net Emma bill. No. Papa.
Okay.
I read your mama.
You better say.
Into the Nana, the UPR, then in Piebo, and then na country, near Senior, yeah, advocacy, Abua, Linia, the Fuku, any additional food.
Thank you.
The BDRC.
Thank you.
I try for fortunate motive for us. Someone so, I did Diana, then my Quina, and my discuss a regular Fuku topic. Into most of your bomber pass. Say, Yakupo, say, and
Ami. Piao. Listowell Nana Kusi Puku, Executive Director, Magag. Your friend, Isan said, about Gregory Asemia is one of the few. Dibia Wujinam. Na say a carbonia. Abandon an idiot do my. I'm sure saying me. Maminka when we are a back so. Na yane yewra Hobson adoye atwen komo but ansana no owra kenoforiata asemo ana mekan me pacho muntie yana asemba emotions ne ye de esu de akire no muntie obi ani ho no mu a wo betan ni nua sese bitafrache ni nua ne kura entu ne kongu obi ani ho sa kise bia ye ni paboni ni. We were in this country, State Insurance Corporation or company, SIC, and a year insurance wajuma ni abain edika. It's all the other government institutions, you know. One insurance policy, SIC for the amount. Under Ken Oforiata as finance minister, Ken Oforiata came and say a Jumani na. Come on, no enterprise insurance. Clear conflict of interest. Hi, I'm a sub bonifu sem. A bonifu sem saying ekoso under na now dan kwekufa. Kenuforiata na finance minister. Eti sika esankaba Ghana ho nyina through insurance. Afene ko Kenuforiata on one kasa insurance company your friend enterprise insurance. Ansana be su ama obi no tie boni e wadi ansa me a citizen of law yes ansana ye bebu obi kumfo no sabi odibim eti I'll not pretend to be in this chair to think say I can arrogate to myself the powers of the court. Certainly no, but the person who niema boni Kenuforiata ne sane cousin sane wafa Wura Akufado did yen eti Ghana for pamuom ewiakete. Apart from enono Kenuforiata hunu say Ghana ko bobesia wotini share eti bisia interest no esi hono wosoro eno na Kenuforiata ebo because me new yene asefo na ebetua saka ano use ono ane bank data bank eye transactional advisor eti data bank na be ya ban futufu efa besia ye bakobo ewa manone eti se Ghana kobo besia no a na Kenuforiata through the data bank no matter what say. How can you be the finance minister and employ the services of your own bank as transactional advisor? Now who as finance minister no who receive sika no a no was here to share akwo personal account. How? Under Owura Kenuforiata ya Accra FM. Anna, for the first time in the history of Ghana, Embrewa Tim Pintinkwa. Ayo yachire wo monten. Adanya wonwa sika awade ato bank for bonds for shares. Kenuforiata say e wom so na this caliber to one ba opesu yi a mintimi fa wo sika ne ma. Eti ebia 100,000 series na ho but me mama 10,000 cedis pay. As I can offer atana a year juma gu bottom ma unya say sika de koto bank. Why ya juma nya sika no ade akoto bank no. Na udi bi aye bonds any shares no. Can for realtors finance minister said there be ubetimi anya sika just 15 years. Eti akokora or say 75 years. Now say just 15 years and son ubetimi anya na bond sika about 90 or so years. Debio na de kura na kire so ni pakono betimi anyini edu 90 years. Eti size ka no. Ba mo anan. Can for realtor we ya. The debt exchange program, he led that wicked crusade. Man, for the first time in the history of Ghana, your former Chief Justice in the person of Sophia Kufu, Manit Otenhugu Monteneso, and Mr. John Dramani Mahama say, so I appointed Sam Ameno to be part of the Council of State. When you ya want to nyansam. When you're a type of it, young people into Woodin Semunua, not also some Kwasa so that be Etienne John Dramani Mahama were appointed to be member of the Council of State. Sign answer for when you hear, said won't be poor mine. No more can. No more can. And no more can. Can of Foriata Croya. I sorry one day, or go all the indigenous banks in this country. Hey, Massa, tie, Messi and Sana Beswamobino, tie Bonnie already. Go Bet Bank, Go Heritage Bank, UT Bank. Look, about 9 indigenous banks can offer a Guno, 2 Bank of Ghana. And you know, well, there were several microfinances. Sikakura Bianketwa. Omubwa Ejuman Kuma any other tem. There were other financial management houses. The financial management houses, you know, sika pudro no mohweso. Eti bit say Gold Coast for no. Na omuji ebia banks ahodo sika no dane. Na the interest akoma bank no. Na niye ye ni o. Owura keno forata, unim say the data bank. Na de sika ekosie ewo pakwase ndum Gold Coast. Sa financial management house no. Keno forata hunu say oba gu Gold Coast no wagu other banks no. Ano koyi ni sika nyina free ho. Ka kire ne namfo say omo ma kan koyi sika nyina. Omo nya sika no gu banks ni nyina. Go and read the Auditor General report. Now banks in here only 9 billion Ghana cedis for resuscitation. So banks in here 9 billion now. Banks in the best hire baba ye jumebio. Akufo to say we need be Bamia no yet chairman of the economic management team was when he says can be. How many 9 billion how many banks in Jumamu? And yet Auditor General report say they ended up using 25 billion and good banks. No, I'm talking about a wicked generation that should not be allowed to govern us again in this country. Papa way so ya dia muswaman. Me say ya dia yemfenya. Me krom chinin. Ya dia yemfenya. Etimi mom hey so onwu. Na ho na betua ka no. Dabi Awurade ma ne ho nyade. A chas makat ne betua ka na hwan. I cannot pronounce him guilty because I'm not caught. But I know some Bonibia MPP Eddie Ghana won't be Triasuka. Let's even assume without admitting said John Muhammad our time will come. Even if they are dead, we will exhume their bodies and we will let the bodies face the loss of our country. Yes. You bet two look, they could even be dead. You bet two funo near the fununa kojina court, near the fununa sem. Because what you mean, Ghana bonin fa nisa. Because of you, look at the number of children standing under trees. Look at Rose Ahudwa, yes, this kagum and swanko. A whole lot of any say basa. Omugu banks no mu refi say e mabunu bebreye adwuma go. O man nwene ne mabunu no bedi ho. Ghana ha so bi adwuma enipa be 10 ana ohwe omo. Eti wo say ba kwa adwuma wa say nipa 11 adwuma. They didn't care. They collapsed all the banks. But omo banks there omo ba ne age 9. It took Atamils to bail out Data Bank. And data bank, go and find out. Atamils could have collapsed data bank to send a Kenoforeta, a collapse Heritage Bank. Atamils at that time, were almost banks, I'm a banks in Ijinai. The banks here just 9 billion. Not banks na Juma. Why would you spend 25 billion to collapse it? What would you get from it? And you pay any extra. Why will you do that? What will you do? Penny force a cost. Yeah, my dear, then a cost. Make a Heritage Bank, or make us say a gongo dia. But me the example because time na the Heritage Bank they had little or no bad debt at all because no me a new bank. So if it's about saying say I'm a running bank a grounder, na Heritage Bank account. In fact, they had the revered and venerable Kwesiboche, the late Ranifa de Krenzi, former Minister of Finance, on and no data can say Heritage Bank, on and no young board chairman. So they had things in place. But the said we are going to go Sika Wanya, it's perceived say politically motivated. It's perceived say Sikano has something to do with 1 liter of fertilizer beer. You see at a point, you just see one of them say enquire, you know, Ubekai open story any idea. It is hard, yeah. You go bank, no. Like seriously. Dabio. Now, wouldn't you say? Sabi, say bank managers no cry and now one more. Manage banks no cry now. They all say, "Oh my boy, damwa." Munyu amunse nchai. Na mon from wanyansa for. I may take care of the banks so that we don't lose those who are working there. What's that? And I'll be coming there briefly. Now, Chief of Staff Directive, I say, one more year Juma from 7th. Obian Fena Juma to 1 month. Obraba me atro long story. Time no ye good banks no nipa domwe kofi omanya Juma no. But me antro let be amabontin. And yet he was the chairman of the economic management team of the country. He knew, sir, unemployment our direct correlation with Etutrasem. And yet, as chairman of the police council and vice president, one can hear, afraid they were cultural long thesis. So I may review that thesis. Former Bank of Ghana governor, who kind of financial regulatory act? I try and say, Sikabia Bank of Ghana be printy. Ama abang in terms of budgetary support or whatever, no, it shouldn't be more than 5% of the previous accrued revenue of the state. Theo, it's young fun to say Ghana, 100 million cities, the whole country 100 million cities. No Bank of Ghana person kushino in terms of buffers. Bank of Ghana in printing more than 100 million, the 5% you say 5 million, my boy. I want to mean printing more than 5 million cities. But are you aware, sir, more than half of the money, sir, Bank of Ghana printing here, they did it without parliamentary approval. Because law no say you must do that, but with parliamentary approval. Apart from that, no law no say won't mean go beyond 5%, and yet they wait. In some cases, they printed unnecessary percent. 80 candidate for jail, no dear, and you can offer that appeal. I did say we're a candidate for jail because over 2022 financial calendar year, Bank of Ghana abo yenka 60.8 billion Ghana cedis. John Dramani Mahama in all his borrowings, John Ebaye in all his borrowings, it was equal to 54 billion. Meanwhile, 54 billion. Look at the health sector or your rich hospital. With 54 billion, John Dramani Mahama, University of Ghana Medical Center, many hospitals in the Refikra. Uko Kumasia, Sevilla Hospital, Afari Hospital, Kumau Hospital, John Hospitals, the MBM, Bebre Refi. Uber even Aviation Center, I beg your pardon, Aviation Industry, or your Terminal 3, and we see one more, as with the Heathrow Airport. John Dramani Mahama did so much when it comes to education. Look at the education complexes John Dramani Mahama built. 123 at various stages of completion. According to NAPO, former Minister of Education and running mate of MPP. Or say, John Dramani Mahama, every 46, no a Minister of Education or a MPP minister, was a year from scratch. Nyakano, we at various stages of completion. And who are yenti, Jai, I'm a school snack king. John Mahama Yano Soba schools ni. Meanwhile, 54 billion Ghana cedis now, Oboro Yano, and no dear send money. Now, Bank of Ghana to me boy and 60.8 billion. More than what John Dramani Mahama borrowed to do all those infrastructure. Bank of Ghana, Musamuya regulator, Echo Good banks, about 9 banks and other financial houses because Omuntimi raising 9 billion to resuscitate the banks. Or because of your recapitalization coming in nonsense. 89 billion to Omugu banks, you know. Now, Bank of Ghana is a regulator. Egu banks and Krum because they cannot raise 9 billion. What should we do to you? A single outlet. Abra Oboyanka 60.8 billion. More than what the banks even needed. And send a collapse banks. So they are candidate for jail. Obiso Amuakwata Abuko cabinet meeting one day was if in a crow, Yaji wrote to him. Wrote to them and saying, is it 79 million cedis a year? I stand for correction. Charles wrote to them and saying, I think 80 million cedis or so. Around that a year. I stand for correction. 3 years in it, or if not 4, 80 times 3. 8324. So about 240 million. Says scanning na Ghana nyabiu because one minister sorry so kwada na again chain send a na man bufui one penny for but one nonsense cabinet meeting one movie meeting na fina kroyanji roto biu and munum say you cannot take that unilateral decision. We will take such financial decision. You need approval from Parliament. So you decided on your own without parliamentary approval. And you think such a person should go scot-free? Look at Palugu Dam. Public Accounts Committee said final monies of $12 million have been paid. Say the baby Palugu Dam. You call Palugu. Somebody crazy what? Corruption cases in the meantime because a plethora. SMEL, SML. Huh? Can of forget say, you're diverting oil, you're diluting oil, and you pick up. And a second swa, a buy oil downstream. No, in fact, upstream near baby, you 2 oil and Casanti downstream. I say, baby, a tunto, pump. No, it's in a Yakaka former basse. Omoma men sure financial regularity. Are you aware, sir? Upon Sika Yama SML Nina, according to Fourth Estate report, you know, you almost employ the services of other companies. From where you have such wicked people leading you and you are quiet because of your MPP. MPP you fear and see. Name me we are sick when anima, Maunyansa and Kosono. Legends and Muno FM. Legends and Muno. Say chichemuhunu no airtime as obi teswa ono de moja ni mu asa me mikro mo chini asantini eba de a ona moja e wonu mu sanse mu no munyai na ne yesu se moja ni mu no e ono na wamaye development John Dramani Mahama once immediately buy ya we increase salary to 10%. And before say other no we increase 10% extra. It is a John Dramani Mahama chain. No case after 3 years no be increase ya no nankadiya na beka. And I'm going to say a refi. 2 months ago, you guys were in government. Just 3 months ago, you guys were in government. It will be in one money refi. So when you make certain decisions, I hear 10 who Facebook I share mine. Because for instance, over Bamia at short letter, what did you say? Chief of Staff at the Krata Babonting. Na Chief of Staff Krata no de Babonting. I was say one more former Juma from 7th December. No, former Juma to one more answer. Na yadia a bob my yadia enye. John Dramani Mahama mu company so me Juma. I didn't know more say Juma. Just say basa. I know to go because pen one top paper near the chair no. When I'm saying Ghana for young carry, and I know Rabba me actually. Miranum. Enya me de Seminia no nketewa especially when I be school when anya employment and when anya adwuma no aban bi beba obeka se adwuma na munya free mresantini kosi mresantini bi no se adwuma na yehwe mu ansa ana momfo adwuma nto na mo reapply enya me de because obia pay adwuma. Number 2 minyi ni se ese ma obi adwuma esan se oyam MPP ni anase oyam NDC ni so ye Ghana ni nko na o qualifier etwa fata ese fata siema so ni pa ko na adwuma. Number 3 ye ka ho ne promote John Dramani Mahama se ye beboa na Ghana fo anya nnwuma bebre ti menya sure se abanye onwa promise a lot of jobs will be the same government obegu nnwuma nemum tie ni ye. He who seeks equity must come with clean hands. Are you aware say in 2017 time wa John Dramani Mahama mufra ban na omama nurses over 8,000 clearance so omunye dwuma na owura ba me abae no owura Kufuado bae no omuyi omunyina adi. Are you aware? Are you also aware sending over 9,000 if not more than 9,000 public sector workers omwenya dwuma womswenya clearance na nado dan kwakufa no baamia obeyi omunyina adi. Over 13,000 workers wo yi omunyina adi. Are you aware? Sa time no ade no wura baamia antwo letter ankase ne na Kufuado ne wonu ankasa ye no enye ana na paper ne pen asa. Sa time no ade no wan tro emotional letter ankansela Ghana for say ade na mu yi omadi ene yese o me Ghana for ne yi omadi. Sa time no mfiri Burkina Faso. Sa time no mfiri Banana Republic. You see, mo we enku trinity a na soso mu adaye bonia mudi di NDC for no. So you think say the same measure anomudi be dimo. In any case, denti ana yawo transition team, denti ni yawo transition period, because yenim say aban baako adwuma eba wiye foforo be hyase enti aban na ne de eba wiye no mudi nkrofo beba na ye na yenso ye de eba hyase no ye de nkrofo ba ayeza na ye kotra pruti a ya twen krata mu ahwe ba bia mu fa free ye abesi ba bia mu de aduru se ne be ya yenso ye ba ye betimi abuild from there. During the transition team, ladies and gentlemen, Anna Eba say Oma Shasia Omu promoting Nkrofobi to the level of directorship. TNA. During sa transition team, no, and only the tree birthday transition. So ufri baby ako baby nyesa. During sa breno, Anna Obakaya Minister Communication, government issues. Sorry if I don't get his designation right. Metre Felix Kwachi Fosu. Eba Bontin, Eba can say President Mahama, any penny for identify say Omu and Prank for breed. There's nothing wrong with that. But essence of friend about for Frobano. Ma Omu and Prank for Bimuansa. They should hold on with the employment. Nina Omu Yasubrachere, Omu Boom Yegu Masum. And they went ahead and employed. Even when there was a red flag, there was a signal. Debut, na unia Kimbonia, Adentina, da ye to aba, Anna, a free sabre, no kwasi say a dom and penny for Robesiso, Abra Nimso Areno, Anna woman on crop Wejuma. Tamwa MPP from Mebru Air Pacho. Some fire and share a drum 8 years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years ago. MPP Mebru Pacho 5 years ago, even 4 years ago, 3 years ago, even last year, Adena, man for MPP for no schedule. I fed ye, Manumu Hantro, Mount Samo position, Mubedi 16 years. Eti mu ye bibia mamu mabunu eni age. Eti quickly, I fear do a busy sono, onuna abemu, and a mudi and crofo besishim. And meanwhile, yes, someone coffee. Let me tell you, John Dramani Mahama, on your vindictive president, on this and Kufuado. On this, he has no interest. Say Mabunu Amanya Juma or Besang Makotenefi. But let me tell you, down me yemfatu nurses, for instance, they finish in badges. She say obi every nursing 2020. Yem post to because you see clearance my. Because only my many papa when you be a radio soon one compass when you be Jubilee House. Not because of protocol. Obi we 2024 near the nakwasha hodum. Then you 2020 no yamfana jumam. Is it fair? Eti when you have a leader, no be catch say any mu nyina mu mfama juma nto through the chief of staff. Ni enye hwemu yi a anka ese boy ensem krama no. Se ne be ya atentene ne be ya juma e wo juma fadum. Yes. Enya hanu ne yebo owuro osafuma fo tape. Owuro osafuma fo say ono time omo ba 2016 no omo start adwuma 2017 no. Before 7th of December John Dramani Mahama e free so no. Ana ya to aba no. Wose say yamfa adwuma mu a you have no business being on the payroll of January. Yabo ha bebre entamu yanse mesi abo I waste me time. Senior minister, and he was not only a senior minister. Obaka in 2016, Neo lead the side of NDC transition, I think Julius Debra. But MPP Neo lead on the side of transition, I think Osafumafu. Yeah, come say we are live on CTV, Ghana's #1. Sounds near live. Our crowd 100.5 FM Facebook. Would run more and wash your mind. But way you and Omedi at Ghana. But affair makoni be common, you know. Affair de Oma truck crata tintin say and yes John Dramani Mahama you be edi. John Dramani Mahama you be edi. On you be edi. Was say sa employment funa mo ye no montomobo. Ade employment na ye no omnyina ye MP before. Are you saying say omwa ye employment e bia obenya one or two people be here this om dey uncommon. Omri. How can you look? I buy no banner in the first place. Ma boka ego. In 2016, John Dramani Mahama free so na total debt stock 120 billion and 122. Monkuamu di about close to 700 billion Ghana cedis. Abeka the total debt stock ho aye babetua. Apart from that, muama koye IMF and she say I'm a scaba in tranches. Apart from that, your energy issues. I'm free honum, fuel and muja across a young power energy issue. No 24 hours. As if that is not enough, we have Galamsey on our hand. We must fight. Your own creation. Monkro 4 and a tutu Galamsey. Ma, former Minister of Environment, Science and Technology. From Pom Boateng say Jubilee House war, Galamsey headquarters. Or be no to be challenging, not just a mutu Galamsey, honum. John Dramani Mahama comes to the scene at a time when Ghana is close to bankrupt. At a time when Ghana, and we also know, say, when your expenditure, especially your wage bill, is more than the revenue you make, you always reach financial deficit or budget deficit. And Ghana had there be a budget deficits. I just say, Abrofo na beso yasene. Even John Dramani Mahama is coming to the presidency at a time where USAID are cancel support. And the budgetary support and USAID close to $300 million. And you go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, to employ as many people as possible, whether they are qualified or not. You just employ them, increase people to directorship position because move free power. It move or how any manier am at the incoming government. Because Jimmy Omo Nyame catch Ghana Mabrunu say Obi bia ya catch say ya revoke wadwuma emane how I can promise you guys will be re-engaged. I can promise you guys will be employed. And come to think of it, politics no enya sorry you. Obi so pen PP, obi so pen DC. Ya wo NDC mabru be brom so di NDC echi etom dom nya dwuma nye. MPP ba for 8 years. Musumu did 8 years. 8 NDC abano NDC former Brudi omu di deni bi enye. I am not saying say we should get to a point sebi you remember Juma because of political party color. But I'm saying say MPP for mebru the D8s na yeah NDC so mebru the D8s yeah. After all, MPP NDC they are Ghanaians. And let me say this finally, na me fancy. Ministers, MPs are yakwamamo. One more as ambassadors, high commissioners. One more DCs, MCs, mayors. More more position, government appointees, muntieme. Yes, Ramo. 3 years no, it's just at the corner. It's just at the corner. And your friend a more quarter office come remember. And your friend a sabita fracha, sabia kudonto, sabin penny for him, more quarter saying I'm a minister. You are there because of the people. The your friend, your baba minister office, no one mina. 18 and name a boy bit said Dr. Tanku Rashid Abasono, fantastic man. Kwame Kwache Kwanwa or Sretrano FM. Chief Julius Debra, fantastic man. It didn't hear what's about Febrary. Yes, Ramu. Mum pay you mama boys. And your friend Mobaka Trum say, Bibi Amu here certificate. Time I'm upon Kokromutin, when Mrs. Kokromutin, I school. Most of them go to Abano. I'm not saying, sir. Say we will be in school, but you will be more. They can enter carpentry, government project. Be home here, mason. Employ the guys. Name people time cry. Our certificate. Give your boys jobs. They suffered. They went through the thick and thin with you. Under the sun, under the rain, they were with you. John Dramani Mahama, or one person, he cannot help everybody. And no do was minister so about no DC so about no and no CEO deputy CEO communications director so was no also bet me aboa now so 2024 will you still come back to the same people for their support because aboa or you think say e drew on mo na maybe in position na mo de mudi peche. Now grassroots guys, branch members, branch executives need there. They be enkwasi adwuma no moye. No. Help them. They also deserve a place. Mudi dina ye year. Omsu di ye. They are Ghanaians. A word to the wise is in a sin off. Good afternoon. Yeah, Twazo.
Dada bukwe misuwo mekaiwo akamiefu. Dada bukwe misuwo. Dada bukwe misuwo mekaiwo akamiefu. Aba ika dada buku blema dada buku mene dada buku misuwo mekaiwo akamiefu. Dada bukwe misuwo. Dada bukwe misuwo mekaiwo akamiefu. Aba Kayobaba la femme Kayobaba. Kayobaba la femme Kayobaba. Bejuka preba Olibanimba. Ayaya go Efeliba Shiba Aba Kekeba.
Upgrades are nice, but stepping up is woohoo. Because when you upgrade with GoTV, we'll step you up to the next package. Upgrade today to get more than more with Step Up, where if you're on GoTV Plus and upgrade to GoTV Max, you'll get even more with GoTV Super. Get big value, get big entertainment, get stepped up to even more with GoTV. Upgrade today on the My GoTV app or visit GoTVAfrica.com. Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends 31 March 2025.
Takum, where you remember you don't know, and me and Yahweh, and Yahweh, I am Memedro, and you think a band may be a here, and to four any out of four, and you'll be a pretty good Tratombia, and chemical shops, pharmaceuticals, and they have bar shops beer. I was gonna have no beer, and I said, Frey, I was 0243 686861, and I 0245 749206. Sankatwe, FDA for Jatu, Kaise, Tabia Takum, Bembe Bia Takum.
Not recommended for lactating mothers, pregnant women, and children under 15.
Tata, it's too far to dance. Oh, what?
Try is with the market women.
Everybody can do what he does.
Be bold, be you, be you. Be bold, be you. Charlie, be bold. Oh, chairman, be you. Brothers and sisters, be bold. This year, be you. Let's go. Be bold, be bold, be you, be you. Be bold, be you.
Rush Energy, be bold, be you.
Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended. Persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Give us P capsules. A memory. Manum biya benemua. Kani mitutu ya na minkuma bua sese Betu esa kum menia G. Give us P capsules.
Give it to me, baby.
Give us core capsules as well.
A man meme nyina akoko yade. Sisi yade amama nya yem timotete womono. Yedro no. Manum bi amama de me ho.
Give us core capsules. Mrs. Moye ding. Give us core capsules.
I give it to you, baby. You give it to me.
Oh yeah.
Hey. Give us no. Amen nijia bebusiemu papa. Na bema ka give us P capsules. Eni give us core capsules bomu nom dia. Na enijia ni ahoden no.
Wabrudo.
Give us P capsules.
Meme wadi ifiedu watwede kronkwan na efa.
Give us core capsules.
Apemfo abatan wo mo manufo ne nkwada wo ne ifiedu mienu nka ho. E drugstore bia motofonko Give us Herbal Center Teshi Mobile and Teshi Adriami. Phone numbers 0543 222 470 and 050 68
FDA Aje Edwedi Nkratui Atu.
Ye bi japabio ye nhwe mbronya ye bin sempe breje before baby awo bia wo niam awo tonwa ko Class Media Group na ni wo mun kokasa no mo bebo am wato wo niam papa bi e wo CTV Ghana's #1 Accra 100.5 FM Kumasi 104.1 FM Sunyani 88.1 FM Tadi 99.1 FM Go 92.5 FM Dagbon 102.5 FM Addition 99.1 FM #1 105.3 FM and a Class FM online. Baby Awubia, baby Awpesa Utonia Mama Ghana Fubiara no Class Media Group and Ebeboa. Phone was 0245 929 220. That's 0245 929 220. Class Media Group. Yeboa Autorin Yamante.
Say the Mako who Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic no. Me who crave me. Say enunti no manya award wa. Eye world best. Obia trance Emma Dompem ya de ka say anase mo boya de enkan to dem bio.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Esanya want to say ne ekuro etu no. Ne enkan ewo nanum. Oba na be mo pa wo. Ene enyarewan kaye.
Nansi ma me ka say ene spinal cord ho ekaye no. Greenfield ada romenti ene wasa so le gina na so ebiem.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our ultra modern laboratory and a diagnostic machine sa associated with the Kasa. Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our Nungwa Dogon, Estate Junction, last stop.
Situation. A few days after that, the National Economic Dialogue will take place from the 3rd to 4th March. And there too, various stakeholders in our economy, drawn from academia, civil society organizations, public servants, public officials, and other interested parties in the Ghanaian economy, will meet to deliberate on the state of affairs. And there too, further insights will be shared on the state of the economy and how we can collectively achieve consensus on the steps that need to be taken to ensure that we get out of the situation and are on the road to rapid economic growth and development. And then on the 11th of March, the finance minister will present his first budget, which would again explain the situation and indicate what government's policies are in respect of the economy and what measures will be rolled out going forward to achieve the objective of getting us out of this economic mess. So this, in a nutshell, is what transpired in cabinet today. I would pause here and invite questions from the media present. Thank you very much. If there are any questions, I would welcome them at this stage.
The first one has to do with security. You said the briefing that His Excellency the President had some assurances that the country was safe and that everything with respect to security was, for want of a better word, top-notch. But we know the situation in Boku, Waliwali enclave is nothing to write home about. That cannot be described as we being in the safe, so to speak, space.
Well, those are isolated incidents of chieftaincy, land conflicts. And at the cabinet session today, the security chiefs were on hand to provide an update on the steps that have been taken to, as it were, bring the situation under control and ensure that they do not recur. So all that was part of the briefing. If you take out those isolated cases of conflict, which in any event predate the coming into power of this government and have been raging for decades in some instances, the general security situation is safe, and one can be confident that we can go about our activities peacefully as a people.
Do we get a sense as to what approach the government wants to have with the issue on the conflict around that area?
I think that President Mahama himself.
About Supreme Person, more fearful. You said all. Okay, we say all they know is stealing, looting, and amassing wealth from the state, and this is from Buzet. I see Sabuge Abuzege. NPP is the most very do criminal hypocrite non-entity. They only think about themselves, but nothing else. Okay, so culture flaws. And I know Tudako, it is important to some new listeners to hear Osafo Mafu's audio. Okay, I think I agree. Eugene, but you prepare your Osafo Mafu video, no? Yeah, or can because you may have a discussion. Even if you can get it for me, time or cast almost bad. Being no me listen about say mama nkasi bi obi ate e bi afi ne obi tie nti I agree with the person say yebo na yakuyenem. Desmond agree osina no to dako is the most sincere journalist of all time. Yeah, na Mr. John, I said John me my fire John Mahamada. So tinaya me conscience, you're correct, say me fire buying way. Okay, so Johnny Forjo say Mr. Forjo is watching from Germany, Hamburg City. Okay, Abdul Barry's here, good work. Okay, so a host of other messages. Yeah, back in Kiamau. So yentie near Yewra Osafo Mafu, MPP senior minister at the time.
Payroll for every department and every sector institution in this country. So if I'm appointed a new minister and your payroll, you are not on the payroll till December, the day of the election, and you're going to appear on the payroll for January. When were you engaged in that particular thing? You are going to create a problem. If names appear on the payroll after December, we definitely will lay them off quietly. Payroll for every department and every sector institution in this country. So if I'm appointed a new minister and your payroll, you are not on the payroll till December, the day of the election, and you're going to appear on the payroll for January, when were you engaged in that particular thing? You are going to create a problem. If names appear on the payroll after December, we definitely will lay them off quietly. Payroll for every department and every sector institution in this country. So if I'm appointed a new minister and your payroll, you are not on the payroll till December, the day of the election, and you're going to appear on the payroll for January, when were you engaged in that particular thing?
Yeah, and Potokasam no. What should I say? Say we are engaged you, and I say I'm not Juma over December was soon. And now before December, die better abanua. When him the NTA said Udin, a co acatria humanum, January, a pepon bosuminum. Inti omujina so aging crofobia edi. Menkasa yemfa bonin pia bonica. But Ansana Ubibeka say, John Dramani Bahama, Enya Deno, Esubu Compoko Henechi, Bonia, a young crofobi, Eddie. Mene Harrison, Ebesha Seni Edi and Como, Amos Aquali, and so Adjourne. Osina no to more fire Habib Hussein, also my regards to you no to Malam Zak, Sana, and so before you call and Crofobiti or Jubilee House pa Lieutenant Colonel, and I've forgotten your names, but Samutia and Penufo Munimu, a bacho, any other script. I'm a canoe where when you are a chamu, Jubilee opening. Wame, media Mike and about Wamuna. Would you agree me, Hunia? Am I doing? Okay. But what's the main?
I'm at home.
Okay, Mati. Come, Quachi. I did with your chairman to me. Now, if you're Boko,
if you're Boko, no,
if I see a we so not you didn't come, but wait to make you agree. I forgot the Kakra later. Wait to me so atwa eye Eneskumi akwatia MP no ono so no ho sam aba. In fact eniema akoso the whole week ni nyina ni ahwa ebebo manga na chikire no utimi efa na waka ho asem. But let's start off with wona ye yomadie, you know, letter and free chief of staff office ebaye afi ubetimi so adjoin with owura bamia krata no chroyer baye no kejagum
nana wede ma mingina kwanya yuso na menche wone wa TF4 ne obia sabe wajibre hwe akonati through social media nana be answer na mekoma asem so ma menchia one important man be
okay
what the Mr. Kenzo.
Okay.
Our free Eastern region.
Okay.
So we hear internet no so social media won't say ono na John Mahama apa no say on heady Febrary.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenzo. Yeah.
Mr. Kenzo ono na John Mahama apa no say on heady Febrary.
Yeah, that's right.
Nana, there is some things I want to bring to your attention.
Yeah, okay.
We need to be careful as party members and people who have worked for the party.
Okay.
And the fact of the matter is say even though ye tea party no and you be ni any no, you can be in wa, someone can also be in secondi takrade, someone will also be here, but ubia so I partake in the victory of the party. And you ubia ni ebe huno nyame ayadom ye binum we have found ourselves in the mainstream media. In the end, you bet me, I can say, me kotamale kora, obi humi obo si oh Harrison in your NDC, ni metate na nka wa Cry FM, o me hwe no Facebook, obi be humi wa ha. Some of us, nyamia bie kwan na ma sebe, amanfo ni me.
Obi okra na dwumenti unhu no physically.
Obi wa na dwumenti ni sika sebe eko party.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
That's right.
You see, I've been some newspapers be actual things against this our own Mr. Kenzwa. Sabe they are trying to say and I be no musi wonye party ni and every so we're doing campaign yan hunu and a Jomama power and some people are calling for revocation.
But bribe one muswane.
Oh no, but I'm not saying say no correct.
Okay.
People are calling for a revocation of his appointment. Na saadi ade no. What we want to tell them, they say this man, Mr. Kenzo way, me made no dance. Me madam for na Kojo Dankwa, Eastern Regional Communications officer.
Kojo Dankwa minia.
Kojo Dankwa. He's my very good friend. He's my senior, no. My make a good friend. He's my senior. Say ban a national communication team in your way. Time I no organize it. Sano regional communication retreat. Eddie man to communicate and the constituency communication officers. No. Someone who were together and someone called him say, he said no. Opesika or the best sponsor program now on Fred Mr. Kenzui. Some no crani and nimino. Maybe say na mi nimano. By be ana kojo de wa hunu pain. Kojo friend now within 30 seconds. This man sends someone to bring money hand in hand, cash.
Oh, they bois.
No mon fan bois program no. Now communicators intimin sua and no mon call radio so no mon call bojo mahama nyuma hu dawuru no mon bon nsem pana. Oma boama atoga na fa kuma so ama de ben yato abama jo mahama 157%.
Martin de ba me share dan follow no.
So this man has been, how do we call it? He has been a financier of the party. Ebia wanyi na ni man betina Accra FM say we are nemeti hai, but he has supported the party financially. That is what we should know. He has supported the party financially. There's one thing too you should know. They say appointments are sebi party no, and I say John Dramani Mahama no, we are doing appointments to also reset Ghana. We shouldn't also forget, see, we need people who have the technical know-how, Brapedi, to reset it, especially the energy sector. You know, problem I confront here is here.
Our experience,
our experience.
After this, you be follow on
that is it. Our experience, I said, Obeboa, ama energy sector, especially VRA to be precise. Ebe fanu to my pie Afra, and then crisis now energy sector. And before almost about $2 billion, and I call my to easy create almost about 80 something accounts. Amount for Jessica Diwo, I am basa. And you're basa koso our energy sector. No, we are likely to have people like Jinaport to mount the energy sector. I see even energy crisis now airbound. They are able to manage it. Interna young Bibiasa. Abapapun predicted it. See the bay. Aban Aina Amambona ye take it over. No, if you are not lucky, we may enter into doom. So did you hear that? One just answer no.
Yes.
But the people in the helm of affairs and have made sure. See, we are still enjoying light, even though any baby many who can say see baby doom so. Light is off.
That's right. That's right. In fact, 3 days ago, your honor, I feel my chakra. I'm doing light and not try to also bear 3 times.
That is it. Say, and yet people, the people, Jinaport, ne or more in the hem of affairs, and it came so we know more hem of affairs. It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
But I don't want to hear that story.
But the fact of the matter is, we don't even need to complain because we solve problem. Until there is no way. So you don't even hear government officials complaining.
So let's proceed to
party no. And you be an who be. If you no for kwan be so I then aboy. And Mr. Kenzo no more so omo kwan so there then. I would like
of the man.
I would like say party people and I say omo agitate for revocation of appointments. We cease fire. And let's watch for some time.
That's it. Here say, send your kind so work with them or the Babu Mahama. Sebi, like you said, is true. And you'll be a winning be a minimum.
That is it.
Into Wachana, some more for being your appointment. Ultimate Nefi Kasa. Maybe a Jumo a year, no. Ebia now, Kwashima, Ebia or no so Bosome from.
Yeah.
Until you don't know. So I agree. But like I said, we also follow and see the other job. We bring it.
You need to follow.
And maybe also what they saying,
Kenzo.
Maybe will be a gem.
Dina maybe nim see my friend.
Okay.
Kenzo.
Let's proceed.
Bro Penny. Sir. Appointments and implement in Semia. Kukosui. It seems this is my second time I'll be talking about it, and then I'll be doing some serious revelation, especially about one of the guys. Ye bo ne din si MPP for permanent wa adwuma mu a na MPP for ko fans bi tare no ho eya ye nua nde we CEO for NIA Yara Kwaku. Yara Kwaku. Yeah, that is the guy. Rapini.
Fantastic guy.
Sadi we are a chief of staff atro nkrata publicly. Edema institutions ni agencies say Oma employment lately, especially from 7th December edebano. Appointments ne implements or my sebi answer than fa kwan papa so no. E was say some crofoni nyina san call back na sebi. E wo kwan papa so no message me and message me I then apply. Na de ade abeda ne kasa I te say asembia see e bi nsi da no. I think say what the chief of staff is doing no is the right thing. That is the right thing. Because you and I know very well say some appointments no my any implements or my from 7th December edebano are politically influenced. Ebi wo kra ebi nye qualified. Ebi wo kra ya ma almost appointments no kra ya safa koti kwan so backdate time of time almost ya adwuma na say ya backdate to 7 months ebi kra 1 year na ade.
Where near Ojini and Nawahuno?
Oh, people who have the facts have been saying they say Sana and human be on my room.
Okay.
But to the mechanical what?
Okay.
So the fact of the matter is say Emrena almost shared transition as you know. There were alarms on this issue. See, institutions be who are not more employment. Places were mentioned specifically. Emma Felix Fusu Kwache. Now, no, I spokesperson for the transition team about out there. Question will be I say, why would this human away employing for? Sia na their transition air cosono. Mpacho bet me ajai. And this was agreed by both sides, both people in government and people who were supposed to come in government. Oma na omoba. Your side and the MPP side. Na agreement also say and what will be an employment now. Felix Fusuku acha the kind I receive red flag.
That's right.
And you maybe an natural crack at the institutions as I have sometimes so it me fa media so press conference in their cast match now. And this a spokesperson for the transition team I receive red flag say adia muye employment ya muye by this time. And kamube to me amonyai. So it is agreement between both sides. Intiana Felix Fusuku acha den ababekan. Na for the wire was shooting tin. Because who pay you mama party boys answer well free ho.
But some Ghana for.
Oh, we didn't say Bianca some Ghana for. Who pay you mama party boys? We will come there.
Okay.
Who pay you mama party boys inti? Why tin. Apart from all the warning on mama nyina no. What fan from for you? Send one for my juma. Advertisement to him. You advertise you be say you be ho be betimi anya kwan den aye den apply. And this is a chief of staff at Tron Krata say. Sabi, South Jumani na obi anya den obi anko pe bebi ntena. Na what na we say ye be kwan ne aye den ya proper advertisement. No obi aye den obi apply bi.
To send ya honorable could you to say foreign affairs.
That is it. Or the two abonte say foreign affairs say o mehia passport office to be precise. O mehia ni 100 account no matter me adwuma.
Yeah.
It is a say no for application. I wouldn't be all the call. And Brenda Felix Fusu Kwachi raise alarm say, "Ewo MPA, omo fa nipa 150 from 7 December MPO.
Yeah.
No more within that short time, no more fa nipa 150. In fact, what advertisement to baby?
I go for the band and say home advertising.
Me say what advertisement? So how would that thing be fair?
Yeah.
Obi o ho pa adwo MPO. But baby I submit application kro wonim ho. Obi o pajuma baby. So it will depend on who you know, and if you are not an MPP member, how do you know onya? Because it will surely go for party boys. Na say you Charlie sound for you omonko tena fie na yensam bie kwan na obi an apply na advertise it. Now obi an application ba beto ho bia no. Ye be ye hwehwemu. Na ya hwe obi a why much better and much qualify for the job. Na ya fa nipa based on merit. And nya obi a why party A party B and nso nya obi a woni CEO na na say obi a woni deputy CEO no. Na ya fa nipa and people are chastising the chief of staff say e dey adwuma no ayi na ade a wo ye nya ono na say on be pay adwuma. No. Ye be pay adwuma manipa. But wo say ye fa mbran kwan so na ye fa nya den ye fa pay adwuma manipa. Budgets na omo enyo omo budgets ye da hu use it till today.
Yes.
And your last budget no more draw and any one that's easy to today. Did they make space for those people? 150 for 150 now, Sabi. Or my employer more MP, no my space. Did they make space for them in the budget?
FM 100.5.
Or my space among. They are so called 15,000 and 7 more cash on my finances, no. Almost space our budget more away from. And this is what the bedding say about 2 are buying me so. Now, I'm buying any panels, say no, or share space now. There is no budgetary allocation for those people now. They are there. Enti mo monko twiri kakra. Da ye be ready ye be ya yo mon sanmra. Na fe de wo 20 panels say onye on na say obey 24-hour economy. They didn't know pam nipa. And this is the first time I say ya found from for last minute I actually mo so monko twiri fie kakra. This is not the first time. You so monko twiri fie ni enti me corrections keke. They will reapply. We will employ them again.
That make us say it even happens in the private sector. Sometimes new CEO be bad. Or typically say all workers reapply. Even
that is
in the
it.
Private sector.
Yeah. ATBC.
Yes.
Say yes, you be answer then. Obi answer apply near the young for mobile.
Yeah.
Enti enya ade a eya de bone ana say enya ade a say ye be pabun kronfo adwuma man kronfo ko tina fiam mo nya adwuma nye. No, that is what we are talking about. Wo wankasa wo conscience. Baby a wafa kwan a wafa so anya adwuma na kwan papa. Who are even 7 from 7 via 4 adwuma na kwan papa. Wo kwa adwuma na ya sha see tuya. Enti yesi fa kwan papa so ne yemfam for adwuma na ene nya bone.
Ebi so ka say ebia clearance no was due around that time. Because ebia adwuma no we processes na ebia be hye enkosi say ya memom finance ministry memom clearance no ebia omo hye some months ago until around that period no and ebia clearance no go through.
It is very clear. Nobody is sacking anybody who has financial clearance and who is being paid genuinely. Nobody is sacking those people. Obi a yafa na adwuma be twa me say 1 year 2 years ago na they. We shouldn't even create the impression say they are creating impression to say from day one MPP before bar power 8 years no. From day one mo buy nkrofa I employ mo na ya be pomo mu na. Sa impression no mo create. They are creating impression say nkrofa akufu ado afa mo ana say nkrofa MPP aban afa mo no omo na ya ba na yeso obi enko fie na yansa mfa nipa foforo. No. We are only talking about people the late employment from 7th December till now.
Okay.
Late employment no answer me. That is what we are talking about. We are not saying say from day one MPP before employ nipa till now. You have had the opportunity to employ people for about 8 years. You have employed the one you want. Yeah, ban na ye hwehwe. Ye benya te say even police recruitment kwa beti na nipa hotelini. Won't hwe. Before one be bound, so now confirm graduate na man for congratulations on Facebook. You don't know where even they pass through the process.
Training put them what? Obeti no ma pass ya.
Obeti no ma pass ya. MPP abai kwa na about then you see and those type of things. You don't even hear anything before we no be a shaduma say one advertisement one tissue. So if you don't know anybody unam system no musa madam fu bi wa complete uniba. As one chairman say was say Harry baby I even made the application e be ko. Minimum because advertising you don't know which people are looking for people to employ or not.
So just a quick one. Bright Meridel Tibu has sending message na me perceive they can't was send me. Or say Nana O2 please. I want to apply to Foreign Affairs. Where can I apply through? So mekaka we say enti enye sanko honorable could you too and a debabo and say you be feni per 100 or passport officer and krachi and your tree obedia. That was the kind of pain MPP was causing to people of this country.
To people, even to their own party members. Nana,
yes,
they were selling slot.
They were selling slot.
Their own party members. Nana, do you know they say MPP for losing massively, sir?
Adwuma na omdemba
omo party for nye nipa fufuro nye ndisi ni nye omo party for they were selling slot.
Come we the NFL hopes na ye hwe intercept no.
Common SHS placement kura na yeton.
Like seriously.
SHS free education. SHS placement. See oba be ko prempe, oba be ko we na they were selling it. And the pampan so yeton it say Kobe.
I know they meaning one of their national officers. Oh, but I can mention his name. former first national Nasara coordinator, Alhaji Lakulaku. Now they buy pay one of the one mujin is cancer not anybody.
They were taking money party for police.
And they cheap money.
Party for police are 20,000, 30,000. Party for immigration are 15,000 or more job. Party for and any party for they were selling this to people. Internet won't take she won't advertisement because we are going near the way I'm say I'm also lot of 4 cotton, also just lot of 5 cotton, the way 5, and they were using it. It was a business venture. Employment. There was Nipa was say someone who is entitled will be aware qualified to work. Teacher Juma GS near ton. Teacher Juma. Teacher and first automatic posting. We are na yese class. We are na watch yese koha. Ko station yeko ya Juma na dia. But MPP buy money ton kan your money na. They were selling it, and that is one thing too we must take note. Last minute here, from 7th till now appointment, no. If you like people who are involved, if you can get at least maybe 2, 3, 4 to interview them, we won't say positions now. Say it was so to them. We shouldn't be so. And what's the answer?
For 2 minutes, wrap it up. First round.
You can't say we are not so. Yes, almost on my permanent pipe before I can't almost on my permanent paper. No, so now, on Crawford or Mama Pamano, Mrakwanso, and then when we said they sacked the Irakwakuno, they were telling us, say, the Irakwaku insulted the president.
Asem now kind of Habiba Seku the message about GRA and Bank of Ghana Opesura 50,000.
What? GRA and Bank of Ghana Opesura saying 50,000. Mr. Juma be on the price. GS won a price war. They were selling all those. They were selling all those appointments. They were selling all those. You can ask. What do you say? I didn't tell people before lose massive lose. So when party chairman ba, baby, I just a party chairman and kasa constituency chairman atua and so in the back. What do you say about your why your mama constituency? So these are the problems that we faced. Yaira Kwaku's case. He never. I'm replying Kofi in Cancer who spoke on how do we call it? Adum FM recently. See Yaira Kwaku insulted the president and because of misconduct in Tinomo Yada on Pamono. Yaira Kwaku did not at him. Never. When he was the president. Even before he would become the president, Yaira Kwaku didn't attempt. Yaira Kwaku was in NIA and then he was campaigning for the NDC at that time. Yaira Kwaku was only criticizing. And it's a whole share Yaira Kwaku letter no mama no. And how do we call it? Letter no mama Yaira Kwaku. And in the I use a screenshot of the Facebook messages no. Omade can dismissal letter no. Meet me send my WhatsApp says ya. Omade dismissal letter no. O take Facebook post ni na yin so to be any. Yaira Kwaku was only sacked because we NDC ni asa.
Now wrap it up.
Sanyo Mano Koso, Yaira Kwaku, who was employed for a very long time, I know you did that with NIA, was only sacked because we're MPP. And today they will tell us they sacked him because of misconduct. And Kofi in Cancer can sit on Adum TV and be saying Adum FM and be saying it boldly say Yaira Kwaku was sacked because of misconduct. Once he knows that what he's saying is not true.
Obi said no pay UCC administrator 20,000.
Debe
UCC administrator. And
UCC bay University now.
UCC they say University of Cape Coast.
Yeah, 20,000.
I don't know about that, but no so sure. And I will say not military 2,000. Chesani kind of will be on the price.
That was what was happening in the system.
Yeah, the first time I call Charles McCarthy.
And to be the best, what the chief of staff is doing.
Okay.
That is the right way to go.
To
create fairness in the system. But me and forget you know, but that man has lost credibility. I didn't know Bekasa. When it was happening in his time, what did he say?
Okay.
And then he has the mouth to talk. But Omia is just trying every means to keep himself relevant in the system.
Okay.
But that one depends on the MPP. The many times they bring Baumia, the many times they will lose, and they should know.
His name is Kojo Harrison, NDC Communications team member. Okay, Brian Osnano to please let Madam MP Grace Ayensu. I say Dankwada one Umaru Abubakar is using her name and photos on Facebook to represent her as protocol coordinator, soliciting money from people. And see, Mame, Professor Grace, I used to dankwa. You say one Umaru Abubakar, Mobetima search, Edu Udin Jiska, also one your coordinator. And by now, Wajibi, dear, your hack came here and go for ABC, and yes, Charles.
Nano too.
And Simon, the upper to me for
Nana,
bruh.
Mamma fa Kakran a Harrison. I can now. I mean, share what tea for no one for Harrison. If you read him back,
okay, region.
And I will tea for na yes.
That's a young quantum fruit in your free.
Now, when I about
it. Oh, maybe I pass your side free by bidding Conyos.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Me feel a lot of.
Okay.
But minimum.
And the way
we are more friendly.
I know to sir lay off. Lay off, you know. Yes, you know you can afford. You know deserve to see a Juma Ghana. But you know so did to Musa say for Quampaso. And not young fan for you, Juma. Say your foul back door. You be you back door. That's what I say. Because car be our
that's what Kasagu Mike no remember.
Car be our passenger do ever. And yes, sir. O Fabruswa Untiminko. Mama do mama lift ni we elevator see. Oh, e woni pa do ever. Baako what Bruswa unity for. Sana budget as something. Budget ewo life. What is it? Ewo budget life. This we are budget. You must live within your budget. Yes, I know. So we live within your budget. Living within your budget means why your budget will last quarter ever end December.
That's right.
They get it. January and come home. The movement over 5 months for Abeshemu December no. I want make it provision for them no. Eh? One about I buy now will take over January 7 no. Or no ne eba be 2 months for no at the end of January na. You get it? Oh yes, sir, you create unnecessary problem. Needless one, of course, for the new government ABBA. And moving forward, I think say SSC yes, yeah, we need to put it in our laws, especially the Transitional Act, no? The Transition Act also. Say maybe election period, election nearing year nankasano, maybe our own appointment. And I say December now you go to a ban. In the month of December, no, you don't employ because our budget ebe expire at the end of December.
And I say final budget na be reading no. My you know employment winning na.
That is it. Now you say a to be track. Okay. But main issue no so to say nana a man for ni boys ni girls are yejuma throughout the 8 years. Or my mom letters. No mu trouble table so
called IGF.
What I say? Enuntino final election results in the buyer ankoye no. Oh beko. What I say? Thank you package. No more appointment letter. No a backdating to September. A backdating to November. It say oh kona koye audit. Now realize obi eni ho aye fa no September. The din any your friend the controller data more. Do you get it? Which means all the are smuggled. You're fictitious.
Be you film.
Be you film. Because companies once a 1 mile letter no dear intend to see a process with the controller and the car. The bisa. See a better records to move. Now we are far we letter we cry. September and that's October and that's but your name is not in our pay system and your surplus. You need to be cleared. So what I say because I be a burden
in line with budgetary allocations.
You see, now your suffer voice now boy you know or can be pay attention to this. See, we will lay them off secretly.
Yeah, he said that.
Or quietly. The word he used actually is quietly. So the difference between another Safama for the chief of staff fire and say rather than doing it quietly,
openly,
or throw a letter and obey open. That is why people are discussing it today. And no my instructions, quietly, and people would have gone home quietly.
But so what's the deal? I we so share you. I said the office of employee opinions.
Exactly because of the fairness. And you see, people are throwing figures again around. And now your fairness is 15,000. Yeah, you more. Letter, Finance Minister Claire. My clearance the fairness is 15,000 away. We pursue Obi publishes a letter and say your fairness, your employment is 15,000. GS then I want to see. You see, in the case of GS, almost see director no. I see the tone or the directive from the chief of staff. Because no see Obi Bia within a new omo pay rules or no go home. That is where the issue is. Now you Mr. say you far we juma that ben and I would do any pay rule no so. You have not received your salary. You far that ben which the process na say that ben and ended that ben. Obi Bia said genuinely he was genuinely employed. Say you advertising and now apply. You shortlist here. You inviting you to interview. And a call interview, you know. After the interview and they issue an appointment letter. No what evidence to this all processes are on court. He or she will succeed. But if you don't have any outside the Mabubosu now, it's a waste of time. No court will entertain useless cases. One because you are wasting the time of the court. I say, anyway, and you know, yes, your mind. I see you be peduma, and this year promising 24-hour economy, resetting the big jobs and what have you. But you need to get your foundation right before betwaso. Now be critical. So mo ko any bia no mo jaguma sa I straw away for you mo me. One clear mo ebema dan na bubu.
Great.
Me comment to me mean this thing. I think say local government workers, local government service workers union.
Closer, yeah.
And you're closer. I think they are a union.
Okay,
part
union?
Of closer.
Oh, okay.
Almost strike, you know. They are unable to partake in the strike.
Okay.
Nintia local government service workers union
under CLOSAC.
Okay. Oma disassociated home from CLOSAC. Almost say the leaders are not thinking about welfare. Prioritizing them here. Key reason you say sa CLOSAC we in 2022. As the case court against the former registrar, Lamte, Henrietta Lamte. The case is pending in court, pending determination. Now all declare we another this and another. More say negotiation, engagement is the best way to go, other than strike. And you know they are sorry, they cannot be part of this. You see, and before local government service workers union form decisions with, and I hope say other unions under TUC and CLOSAC by the close of an annual channel, they will disassociate themselves from CLOSAC. CLOSAC are your mom so mu use union no they are tormenting are buying keke. They are not principled. I know too. They don't have principle. They are double speaks. I don't want to say perfidious characters. I will not say that they are perfidious characters. I won't say that. Here's my reason. Head of local government service. Nana Atuata. Nana Atuata. No, ye MC. why MP, why regional deputy regional minister in the central region. He was appointed and head the local government service. Oti closer nka. Engineer Dr. Twata, have you heard Closak say or you're politically exposed? Somebody who has been MC, or a deputy regional minister, were acting as regional
who is more politically exposed than
MP
than such a person?
Or no, any will be our DC for 2 years. Who is politically exposed? Unfortunately, Dr. Nana Twata engineer is still at post. Closer and Hushi and Kamfa. Yeah, Akufado ye na say or appointed Director General of Education, Dr. Eric Nkansa. Again, a man for sorry so among TRC because Doctor ye banker, among man in be teacher for any minute for. At the end of the day, he still stayed there. There have not been anything like cost strike and now a demonstration.
Henry
Talante. Henry Talante was the aide and now the special assistant to Aja Lima Mahama, the local government minister. Almost saw and saw Harry Sassi and Omudino Konomuko introduce her. This is your new registrar. Without appointment letter.
Without appointment letter?
Yes, without appointment letter. You must on and say, you see a two-way and a banner to Mumra. If in there, could you Harrison, a new registrar. That is it. And she's been there to the end of the 10-year my new appointment. Adum Bochi, president now appointed in line with Birth and Death Act 1027.
Okay.
2020 Birth and Death Registry. Well, first session 2 now. But the president shall appoint the registrar. The deputies who cry mayu. President now appointed deputies in the crowd. And I'm not sure you see, the appointment of the registrar is solely that of the preserve of the president. There's no ambiguity. My brother, there's no ambiguity. And it's a Closak is holding on to something they don't even have a grip of. To suggest, say, or be politically exposed. Why in the finishing her? Who define who is politically exposed?
Anything that can person be say, Electoral Commission and Closak.
They are part.
Because Apia Hini a non-MPP person.
That is a problem. Yes, and you feel oh, they are members.
That now
we are members of
protest.
Messi Ghana for Kasafa Apia Hini appointment. They kept quiet. You see, I think sir Closak for who said this government will be a lenient one, and you're friendly to criticism. It will be friendly to some of these gendarme. You know, under Akufado, they couldn't have. What I say? And Akufado, they couldn't have said so not declare strike. These are the problems we have. You see, many people are man for Febrary. Obviously, for soon cancer. But I'm MPP activist in the Eastern region. It's in this same circle. It didn't be brave. I don't get it. You. Why are Omunya interested?
Electoral Commission, they can
why they are not interested? So Electoral Commission, you appoint you will be their command can once. Many will say there are valid cases that some follow. They are not interested. You miss almost say a drop bang in your banner, your vending, Lamti Amo Manum, a brandy banner, Henry Tanuamo Madi. What have they been drinking? Or what have they been, drinking or eating? In Tia, they feel say, no, I don't watch it there. Or just registrar. And you are not talking about the qualification. You are not against his academic credentials, so the person is not qualified.
You're proving the competence in the who here.
No, They don't care about no company, they don't care about it. What they care about is that we are politically exposed. You see, if you have a union like CROSAC, now leadership is driven by power. They are power drunk, always thinking about this is where you go to. Much answer Makufa do a bubu bef and dev registry Dayagu on head office. Eh? It is part of the over 100 structures that you court across the road. Udru Supreme Court.
Supreme Court.
Supreme Court. Court complex.
Okay.
GRA court complex. Across Quina. Okay. But Benin said the marine drive. 1.5 billion marine drive.
Now, Kwame
that offers a bit Mako fetch to a bit Mako Pio. And what another Fender registry head office. Ya bubu and now you can say Beth and Deaf is renting in the building of Nalak. CROSAC never spoke about this thing. CROSAC and Boa see Beth and Deaf registry head office Nankasa, they don't have a building on their own. CROSAC ain't interested.
La hospital say and CROSAC.
See, once their workers, GMA and what have you, they will definitely go under TUC.
La hospital gui.
Well, Buagu, and that's what Buka is. Well, Buagu, and they one mouth and Quissie and Kitre,
Febrary,
and a war. CROSAC is quiet. Eh?
So why this one?
Yeah, because they have found on my mouth, on my gloves, on my red hand bands. No movement be. They found their shoes, and no omo strike. For me, who call striker? They better tell you sikem.
Oh no, they have a right to strike.
You see,
in line with law.
They
have a right of protest.
In line with what?
Law.
But this is an illegal strike.
So when you're court,
I mean, I let her know would you to just so more strike. Eh? I know too. What kind of letter no? Did you see anywhere? Asked your friend then CROSAC car said because of this action president to take here no a violate
baby no
any law.
Any session.
Did you say anything like that?
No.
So what they are doing rather is against the law. Preventing the president from carrying his lawful duty. Trisnamo.
Baby, I go for no.
Now, a criminal act. Say president no wo to me say or ye na djuma. Was a wompene onyina so ye den. Now local government na that whole nyina no. The head of local government no then we politician. Now an agency under him. The minister of local government Ahmed Ibrahim Banda MP or a politician, he's been in parliament for about 4 terms. He's heading the whole local those under local government, you are under a politician. And among Kasi Yemfa civil servant number heading.
So operations in a different.
No, how is that different? How different is that?
Say we more of policy formulation.
Policy, who are near my certificate? Policy, no.
No, me make sure.
Who near my policy certificate? No. Obia who near my certificate? No, I don't know policy. Then what is so? Are you a politically exposed person cannot manage? What is what? Then no more.
Obi one. I'm making it. You are being simplistic.
But that is what it is. If who are not this certificate to prove it, well,
and why
who are this certificate that there's some my work for your kind of trotto. And in January in Colorado, do I warm? Do you get it? So what is so this entire I MP court? Me too won't put me what problem with your constitution. Some man I see. Politicians, you can appoint MP. MP to me CEO. Wow. But MP can be a board member.
Or chairman.
What is the difference?
So board no active.
But
they
one of take decision.
But no, they take decisions.
All the big decisions, no. Money take it. Decisions about me a good company, you know. Board
in terms of decisions, you are right. But you can't say you be here or be in parliament. Say 3 times and now 5 times be in a year. Over board sitting anyway. But to be CEO, you are in charge of the day-to-day running of the place. So you must always be there.
See, scrap some running fuel. If you can be a board member of any board as a member of parliament, you can as well be CEO of that board.
You're not first member for the first one.
What I say, and you know, you're share no. Okay. Oh, now, Gamatisa Mamfo, Dr. Bamada and Waka.
Okay, any kind of preco.
I've never about. See, I think, sir, Dr. Bamel will be a penas and Nasa Mana may car. Me yet, Kaka. I'll struggle, but I will go. You say, I don't know who is pushing him. I say, the record that one what breaks our record.
Just saying.
So, you the president, Obi be aware in our contest, you don't usually comment on Nippon administration until maybe after 3 months. You give them this 3 months grace period.
Ideally 6 months.
Yeah. Say unfanya settled.
6 months.
Do you get it? And sana obe will be a kana waka. But this one it is too early. Within the first 50 days, you have started crying over what? It is too early in the day. And the sooner better also. Because after never back I offend them ora deal with na kind of attire quatrina by. I say it be soon the printing not oh for me, yes, a anchor ye to two system ya a beboa. But ya and say the send ye no. But me I feel that NDC is being very charitable.
Rather,
I'm telling you. Yeah. The things that you year 2017. I have not heard half of it. So far, a man for you so almost see ya deal my cars. Mati. Ayo manu adie. Ayo maru adie. Then Lord Comey. These are the people, Lord Comey, some by the favorite fan cars. The cars were returned. Or my rather, some for some so see a man full be some of special prosecutors, Ora. But you know the Ora people. But none of them and a bow. What I say, you know, the Ora Zoom call, and then Namini say a concoction be. Apart from these 2 incidents, to make us see a fabric car. I know to what it will be. In 2017, Bubiansa, Bubiansa, Omojere Neje in the Prado.
Commander Boham.
Yeah. Omojere Neje in the car. Later, I know deep person got some so car and ya my car. I know Modina demand. Akugan, Omoji Akugan car, and you could see Jubilee House. And the rear, but you have some per car na use. Mugabe Massey. You see, they were just taking this a young who's what to cap up him. This thing went on. Take over offices. Minhumbi. I'm not seeing it.
National security
the way I was expecting to see, you know. Minhunisa. I say. And then this has been so reasonable even in parliament. To the extent say 88 we say they are mightier than 183.
Interesting.
Yeah. The leniency. So I say, yes, and you're not Ghana for. But when you have power and you squeeze me, if I get I will squeeze you. Kramancy say, or born no daho. Now dawa agro. So no ball not tall now ujinawa and agro and that has been the trend in the MPP and NDC game or mobile. NDC always want to act as oh yeah, for the MPP don't know that. Omu nim sa de no. They get it. And you know, let them know. Me say, oya nipa no na oya na oya no kakaka. Why the odi kitu abeji kesi. Then can this year be e no more increase volume no. Wow. To their wire na definitely we will come to the drawing board. Ye nyina be shia. Mpanyifo beka bo ba bia dru die ba bia dru die be ko trance. Yes, efi na eko. We need power. Men pamu bi, men new bi, men ko two bi, men ko yesi. There will be peace.
But if you ask me, I think that should be the way to go.
That is what I'm saying. But until see udi be no be a feeling say no, and you're good no. I say, you see, if I listen to debate in Parliament and the gaslighting, the MPP tried to blackmail the NDC for the deny your bako, you know. Say, how when did you realize this? I say, for me, okay. But when you realize what you did is wrong, now over chess, I will accept and then we'll play the game. That is how you do it. It is politics. And to the yawa fire ni bi. Oh yeah na kesi. What is it? Oh yeah na wa kesi. Ni ebe ya ne ya. Set ni ebe ba obe ofa to sit and talk.
Mustafa Bandi.
Ye bubu ni fie.
Eguyo 4 bedrooms apartments.
Yeah, Mustafa Bandi is our brother from.
It's not just one person.
I Dafemi calls. Many ask, and I've not seen any baby to happen.
Charlie.
For me,
Wanda Muhammad to not happen.
No.
Muhammad, he will know.
You see, it should see where you go for bubu. That's why.
Anyways,
Akufo didn't go to do those things. A man for money, a man for what problem, and the settle scores. And I know it's there. The Mustafa, I know. Mustafa.
I say so. Also, director of operations.
Mustafa, you don't know that ambassador boy. No, and for me, that is how it should go. To the point to say
but yes, sir, we will not be setting good for the country.
No, why the beja? MPP are night. MPP, yeah. To the extent second for that time now, what target a month for Numa. And the people can write up collapse or these are people who founded the MPP.
Do we a president? Good data bank.
Oh, but data bank doesn't even have life.
Hey.
Data banker can be a minister and no multimillion branches. It will keep course whole in as for that company will use 90 branches in here. Unibank. Yeah, Unibank branch will keep course and no mudia data bank. The branch will and no mudia data bank. This thing I reported on it. I did a report on it in the minimum Jamaica. Now, my bar, me. You see, Montias sometimes game no, and I did the yo. Not one Cassan, you debate you with you. And the Nippon yo now with no opportunity. Then more, a chance to look. Power no, we can all use it recklessly. We can all use it with reckless abandon, but then sometimes we are only acting as human beings. You have your conscience in the dear kind. Into Yantigana and John Dramani Mahama, Babi Obeda, as former president. A copy or two for him fear. Muji to Muso, and fear now or not Timu as vice president or Pesot now. Bedroom crying, almost a be Yampany, almost defeating feelings them. There's so much mobility now, and I was half a month away. The driver di atadie. What kind of suit are now coat? And no dark sign anymore. And one. They didn't use the building. And the mania bracing the banner or what defending. NCO Munji, no Munji, the banner or Hano. That was my pain. When so Macron. That was my pain because you can't be that heartless at your age. What is it? Now company for man kodampo nkoye. na penny or two or more for who paging the one leading that thing. He led it as then senior minister.
Ajuma Bronye Yankrofo Kruma.
Yeah, but he no change a man for cars and but Bronye is working freely. He's still talking. He's found his voice. He's shouting around.
He can't find it.
He's shouting around.
I heard that.
Yeah, but that's the problem. You know, as a man who hitting the temperature no. As a man for Kasa Christian Council, I mean, pessimistic on Kasa.
Christian Council.
Peace Council.
On Kasa.
Hit the temperature. Goodwill no. This town you did hit the temperature no. So I say,
now this year, man.
Now I say, na bia ye normal, no bia hun level. You was a young fan chow. So a ban where by yam by ye that bani mama ban se o ma be money apre. Of course, that is it. For me, yes. NDC is slow. Yeah, we are slow. So reset the next year. Reset the one button. Who press it? Reset. Asa. You reset it. Now go with him.
The dear and capacity we are.
Oh, see, judiciary that's so that all.
The judiciary no well say a bomb who buy. Until you saddle them with at the bunny you cannot sit on their case.
And now camera. You see, your constitution, you see the whimsical use of power. No,
you are making it look so simplistic. Say, as ultimately Chief Justice Firokeke, and I'm saying, say, they have a lifeline of time.
You are sitting here pretending, say, you looking at the works of the Chief Justice, no?
So many.
You catalog them. Now they call Professor Kwakwaza. I catalog is out there that come out. Kufa to say. We are linking to the media, and you know, but evidence ben the Chester Professor Kwakwaza and the leakings are documented. Could it not be your own boys who did the leaking? What I say, Ghana Police Service, military, this is a reset.
Okay, just
near reset basic form.
I'm sure, sir. Chairman said in Kitiane, Pennyfuaka 80. Yeah, first the case Emma top choco on us, yes, Samson a rush. Energy, so as we are saying, give us Herbal Center, Damasi, Father Abraham Herbal and Spiritual Hospital. I think we're joining I Accra 100.5 FM. You made it in the Citizen Show Mondays through to Fridays 2 p.m. to 6 Saturdays. Na Yasia Bomakwemu. Anopa news Nishasia 6 by 6:45, which are 7 to 10. Na enonso ya sumo Kojo Harrison ewa NDC communications team member Sanso and Charles McCarthy editor in chief the Hawk newspaper. Whom say so be joining Manchebi Odehe or say Charles McCarthy, you are speaking my mind, power fire. Okay, Gregory I see you do or say okay, we do on the near you be Buzer question say suffer mafo beat. Okay, I can't read this tree. We say, or say you speak with facts and evidence. Okay. Ebenezer Mokhtar say Abronya has kept 8 cars in his new mansions, but NDC are afraid of him, so they can't talk. But Abronya will come back and attack NDC again. We don't know about that. Okay, let's do about 2. We say it's obvious that closer leadership are MPP apparatchiks. Also, now children Benjamin ascending times as Febrary say or enjoy show no. Mamenchia a year Yura or Hene or furniture shop. Amasame happy belated birthday or birthday in me refi mentimi and we show but uti the day. Juliet ano or say Omodembe Konkonya or say we will take you to Nkonya. Mate, I'll gladly go. Now Harrison. Stories to the Dawson. Some for Boba Fufu. I discommit the other there are a lot of other stories about in the week.
Kasan about employment in some of them say former YE director at the Margaret Accra.
Okay.
From 2009 to 2016. Ni Afutu Solomon Kweti.
Okay.
What did we to her? Was a statement by Solomon Afutu Kweti? She's on the secretary to the to NDC National Youth Wing Secretariat. On the secretary, a offer. Now, Ocean and Watrono or Patrice MPP for in 2017. Afa Nyansa Kwan Biso. Edia Pam Nipa 730 staffs from YE. 730 from YE, all in the name of transfers. And the Yabesha da Faunana near the Wako Akurabiase.
One Abijay.
Secretly, no, I don't know. If we are crass, what now comfort your comfortable zone. They are false, near the Wako baby. Our life and a yika odd mouth a cra awkward. Maybe alcohol craft is you
lose appetite.
I say automatically no. You have lost the job.
I'm saying
Nipa Baku 730 Ajaiway Juma. And India. Because of all those transfer and this is not the first that they only did it secretly.
Even while your office will can't transfer Nipa 80B. From head office to her or wife a penny or nothing. Wife, I'm madam forgave you for area of damn I pandai. And I was so many shots here. By a wooden cut 200 8 years. On I know you much. 1 year to buy, you must report. The mood book at 12 so cost signing in. It's signing out 8 years. No story no panoaba. Wife how you can browse.
I don't know. Until my first acquire no swap among for baby almost 730 people. One particular place, and yet Ajuma Mino and Ajuma Miansa, Ajuma Bakope, 90 past 730 Alusu Ajuma. Just like that, all in the name of transfer. Or more deliberately, so Yasaki almost more or Sanomba no say. Ever ya Pamon for a free Juma. It being so, much had I demotion. This will be our directorship level. Near that demotive by some people can't stand such things now. Why they? So there are so many instances I'm going for there and for the judgment. But and not maybe Makati kindness or Safama for kind. See they've been secretly. I didn't hear them about table, so I say news and I say chief of staff actually openly and will be and Indiana
chief of staff on Peketa so
that is a transparency. Indiana watch openly, you know, be Indiana other than discussion. Kenya the fofro. And are MPP for crowd, they are masters of that particular thing. Or more to be your money send crown on my day, or my pamo with no reason. Yeah, more reasons crowd ya pamo. You better choose you could fear and mobium and you won't come again. MPP are fond of doing that. They are experts in that. And deciding and yard for Bra Penny, and I'm in some a course I could hear for MP. Kumi. I think Alex Apenimagin should be blamed for all these things. Alex Apenimagin should be blamed. Oh, people, last I was on one radio station, MPP yes. Oh, some time ago. There was also a court injunction on Jachikwezin and the idea, and then fair enough. But here lies the case: a court served an injunction to someone, say the person shouldn't hold himself as what the honorable member for the people of Akutia.
He shouldn't be sworn in.
He shouldn't be sworn in. He shouldn't be gazetted. But he disobeyed the court and went ahead and was sworn in and was gazetted. Court no sa to nsa fro se bra court ni asama. Alesa penuma kan atron krata. Baby an case na sai no.
The penuma say the case no.
On a trunk crata at the Abani court now. Was a more moon swear in some particular member no. More moon gazette man bedane member of parliament dema kutiafono. Or not Alice Apenima Kafa penny paper. Mr. No or a trunk crata at the Ama court and say Papa na perform parliamentary duties.
Now Apenima can or speaker. In what capacity?
In what capacity?
Because you're majority leader. No, I can say a leader of government business into this ABO Bebwa in certain areas.
Actually, crata the Ama court and say, won't member because or yet or partake in parliamentary duties into won't member.
Was this letter sanctioned by the Speaker of Parliament?
For that, we don't know. As we speak, it has not shown there is. We have not heard say Speaker has sanctioned that particular letter. And or no, so the letter have been addressed in minority natural letter, comma court. Say or yet parliamentary, and that is where Papa the case now aside. Because at least you have first disobeyed the court, fine. The court needed your presence to do other things. Now they are there, and also I was home. So if some people are trying to shape it to say, and NDC for no, and the NDC mamu, because this is between you and the court. Because a seminar NDC the court by Yamaha. A seminar also Yamaha. This is between you and the court. You have disobeyed the court. Why disobey court now? So court didn't hear your presence to solve situations, to solve case this particular thing. And also one man you were absent, and a court order for your arrest. And even,
but I heard someone apply for a stay of execution.
I want to apply of stay of execution. And I don't want to apply. But the most annoying part, and I say, the minority in parliament, they are doing too much. And when I court a ruling say, yeah, be arrest Yenuya Akotia for MP no, and Yenuya Mr. Kumino. Jeriba out be kai say, oh Kumi crowd Accra FM or parliament will be all person arresting it be our omra me arresting or parliament and they kura or be kind speech or parliament.
What F13?
Sana Jerica you a first timer.
Oh no, who's our
MP?
Jerry
was it Kubi? Was it what person would Kubi Biano?
No, name so much using a scapegoat.
Was it what person would Kubi Biano? Kumi or parliament? Opa Brabechan, I read you cry. Obama's speech or back you a parliament. And truly it happened. So as we speak, I know say they have not arrested Mr. Kumi, and they have also filed for a stay of execution now. But the blame all should be given to Alex Apenyumaki.
So also the ABO person or stress will defend it.
The blame should be given to Alex Apenyumaki because even the day timer, I send a friend clerk of parliament. I can't say. I was a papa rescue no sorry free. Na de ade
or recusing no.
Yeah, Alex Apenyumaki na defend papa no on the night of swearing in. True or false? Ono Sure Munyai, the baby bia, he will bear the consequence. True or false? No, because it is really unfortunate. See, things will be happening this way. And the fact of the matter is,
Apenyumaki so nyamuna my embolden. And this is for you have given him some kind of idea is like Charles McCarthy, okay. Just 88. But from home mighty 88. Now more 187, no. Like because they see I with you. Maybe like Apenyumaki and micro minority no. Edian pa no mbekasi omuntiasia ebegu against
us.
Maso so like me I don't get you guys.
Omokase omuntiasia hwe enye adwuma.
So forget about them. Ghana for I'm an overwhelming majority. It's Ghana for almost everyone. So forget the micro minority. Ni enko enim. I know so I just say mo krokro mbio said and also ne dey.
And yes, you're
hey, 80 MPP for the 187 and this mu 88.
You
80 Dilly said and come.
Let me ask you a question.
Let
me ask you a question, Nana. In a way, say, men fan say on a vetting committee. You know, quite so say, Alice Penuma Kimbema, men fan say, or quite so be questions unlimitedly.
This is by conventions. I don't mean I agree. So
that is it.
Okay.
And they say, oh, quite answer, oh, yeah. Oh, no, so bizarre questions.
Oh, but also we are chairperson. That they need to do so as chairperson.
Oh, quite answer, oh, yeah.
And that rule is not rooted in law. So our rule is rooted by convention.
That is it.
You can change it. It is a penny marking this every 3 days to be questions and not near to.
The problem is say, the MPP in parliament or the minority in parliament thing say, because your money is small, they want to do everything possible to remain relevant.
You want them to be relevant.
They want to do everything possible, and they think say, sir, you're giving a tough time to the majority now. They no, will make them relevant. That is what they think, but that is not what will make you relevant. Among for say anka, you bet me anka in form was on any. But I think see, giving them the space to even how do we call it, to expose themselves more. No?
Oh my space, MOBI space. Don't give anybody space. Yeah, they say Ghana for Akotwabamu. For the first time in the history of Ghana, when you vote crossing Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
Look, Jamamure in just 2016, Muluzu close to 1 million votes. Anna Ghana for Mobo. I'm close to 2 million vote victory. Support, why support Ben being here? You have the goodwill of the people. Now minority we give you the power. They didn't give it to say a person minority for a winning. Yeah, the amount when you were Jumana, a penny market trend as if say vote here, baby. I see. Look, even if they decide not to come to parliament, you still form quorum. With 2/3 majority, you have about 4 independent candidates or so. They are all for you. You can change every part of the constitution. No problem. They say. I'm a crofosa.
Nana, to give space to democracy.
Oh, democracy. MP forming democracy.
For you to thrive, no. But in America, the Akutia case could have been handled in a more manner, sebi emphasis Mbianyade, emphasis Myanmar, and ka almost came a court no area in the BBR answer because at that time it was not only that case that was in court. There were a Bright who also not. It was also in court at that time. There are places you can mention. Ablekuma Ayad Besi Neomun declared.
Even Okanko Central.
Yeah.
Okanko Patrick Boamana.
Exactly. Baba Sadiq. There were similar incidents
in court
and issues in court.
Yes.
And
Naidiane Fantaquanov. Babia electoral return officer declared DC no winner. Not deputy electoral declare for MPP. I think that one is also.
So there have been similar issues in court, but these people didn't present themselves for swearing in and members of parliament. They were all waiting for the court ruling. But on one obunukete mu ba parliament sadano. Ebu mraso. In this end the court hwehwe e yo no ankasa ne jejereje. Ono abeko seriously wako. So ono ankasa wa lawyer. Alex Apenyuma Kene ya lawyer. So two of them nipa mi ni nyina omuni mu mra no. Omuni mu mra na pa. So they know what they are doing. So far as they know what they are doing, almost I can file for stay of execution there. Omonko so the betu omu bia no. Eyerebe eyo omo amasem. But the way anyoma no kono. Yanhwe ya by the end of this year na MPP micro minority no. Eso asate. Because the way anyoma no kono, eyeden eso be den. Eso beti. Esobeti. Be sure see it be bright and almost the so still as a omoda hona and I'm caught na ade. There are a lot of issues that I work out sebi. Esobeti me ati. So the only thing I would tell and say the Akotia MP, if he will respect himself, and as I say on a court and then further problems, he should only stay off parliament.
Okay.
And go and serve. The Omodia man will be arrested, he will avail himself for the law. And ask you to what the court have said. No matter no sorry no nam diales apenyo makin chimiste no ola. Ebe na apenyo makin tifie no them.
Okay.
That is all you should know.
Messi about chain Harrison ma yanko Charles War. Now I'll still come back to you for your final remark. Father Abraham Herba and Spiritual Hospital our Fanco barrier as of fan star or your filling station and as you are saying one would treat all kinds of diseases, physical and spiritual. So for when ni on Australia omitimi abo papa your number 0244 371 695 and 0559 114 122. Yenina yenim say give us Herbal Center or more give us P capsules, give us cool capsules, give us Herbal mixture and give us GC mixture and capsules no. Yenina ewo abonten who here say obeko pebi give us P capsules no eboa ema wutimi gina brand wompam na afin so wonu a say nchena rashes bi aba wo mo ba no mo mema ho no wadru ni ojun so na bra wadru ni cool capsules no de eboa sisi modern pa afi usisi o ya wana ebre koko afi constipation onso ode cool capsules give us herbal mixture no so malaria time for papa ituna se etatafe kura asi afi san ko typhoid ana wontimi ni dia onso wadru ni na nia eboa kese kura ne se ema immune system ye nia ekon eboa na ekon wankwamwa no ai na wankwamwa na ekon yade no etimi eboa ma no so ejina abran na give us GC mixture and capsules no no so eboa ama free urination and ema ewo white any other STIs no from 0543 222 470 and 0506 851 135. Top choco choco latte one top choco spread no maybe amaka no na me mande ye ombrudo medical school because they no ready to fight unya brudo no na no awudi ayem na wako wedim one more asanso top choco 3-in-1 chocolate drink enya fe na akoto milk no akoto sugar hey nema mo ayeden enti unya wo cup wa no ani so hye no ahwe agum na emofra no so atimi akosku ntem obetimi nso anu bi na wako adwuma entem obetimi afre wom akoto no dosopom 0243 033 033 meba na mabedi rush energy and so ho adance actual live on Accra 100.5 FM Citizen Show nana otu dako ene midin minu anu nso amadwohani yen ewo Facebook nso yadabase yakopo inshira mo papa Hassan bin Abdallah Folasawi the messenger boss na no to please one senior ODNU your friend MP was one that MP there his answer on opinion and the Minority Act was blah 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 he shouldn't be blah 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 our eyes are red. Daniel T was parliament was adjourned due to NS Kumi today. Oh, okay, so that's the latest information. It's been there. It's an old information, but yeah, that's the latest here on air. Greg Gracido see he will laugh at the wrong side of his mouth. Oh, okay. Rene Lopel see good show. Nana Otu Dako. Or no, so the message. No. We say I wonder as if I am near to give him blah blah blah. Okay, Eti Charles. Yanko.
I know too.
We are not. Yeah, me pick it. There 2 minutes and wrap it up.
And I see our comedian. Anka your colleague, he shall reduce sir. Young man, the first attempt, and the second attempt in a farmer, and also Wabaye embattled and the schoolie. He's embattled. Oh, but by when you now what the Subonable Electoral Commission.
Harrison the boy opinion. Also the boy Electoral Commission.
The boy Electoral Commission.
Training here.
Electoral Commission are created sa mess we.
How?
Ama obia. Ono na submit list no. Emma parliament. So we no more na declare do you get it? When you know say there is dispute on declaration now why no.
Pia Mike ne ko benkum kakra me hwe wanim.
Say unimi say there's dispute. Legitimate dispute on the declaration now why wo akotiano. The wisest thing Uncle Bia Beye as an empire no. And you say obeye nation change. No what declare, no what present near problems in new one to parliament. Now what jai we what resolve the senior is see what Ablikmanov because Ablikmanov there was declaration I'm gonna declare you soon there was declaration
for Arabna Oben.
Yes. But
Arabna Oben was declared.
And no electoral commission
yeah.
And today the electoral commission is claiming say Omu need sufficient security to declare the results of Ablikmanov. Meanwhile, security amu use when amu declare Ablikman Central.
Yeah.
And amu declare Tema Central. And amu declare Edrejiri in Sawama Edrejiri. And amu declare Protozo Adi. Many will say Protozo also. Court granted substituted service.
Protozo in Suhum.
Suhum.
Okay.
Against him, Kofodia court too. My court to know adhere to Musu, they can serve him by other means because he's evading service. So I say, baby, it's maybe if he say yes, the blame must go to the electoral commission. 1, 2, you see, Udru 18 and above, under the constitution, it's expected say, oh, I drink, you drink, you process it, and you don't allow people to think for you. Man for dreamer or not some bar, you deal with it alone. So I say those people will not be around to support you. They will never. And I am born to contempt you. But the expiration of this case, now very clear young tomorrow, you will do it alone.
Apenyomakin can never do anything about it.
He won't be there. Shaibu Ibrahim, Jerry Ahmed will not serve for you. So what am I say? And you know who ye be not what dream who first and son what dream will be our home. He allowed so-called leadership to deceive him. Say, okay, who is the clerk near in the Juma? Or see, we have been served properly. And you know, you have 2 options. It is either you go out or you stay to be sworn in and face the consequences. And also, damn the consequences. Swear me in. I am ready to carry the cross and I'll carry it alone. And that okay. Afenyo stood up and spoke, say yes.
Put the blame on me. Or the consequence should be on me.
Yeah, it should be on me. Go ahead and swear him in. And near Ernest-Kumi Famuhano, he signed for it. He signed for these things on the 6th of January 2025. So let's not pretend as though you knew. He was made aware of the consequences. And the consequences, declaration no more declared wanted, and several other things which may be severe. What I say? You see, and make kind the narrative, the position of the MPP, the minority. One question I may be saying, me want to say, judiciary and you were defending, You were defending with your blood. Say, your judiciary ni papa. And I'm what trouble bastardizing Accra FM. And now you catch them and say what the judiciary was doing in the case of Jachi Kwesin was wrong. To the extent that Supreme Court to me directly so yen expunged Jachi Kwesin from parliamentary records. To me say he has never been in parliament for the session.
The height of wickedness.
Jachi Kwesin should not hold himself as a member of parliament for the people of Asin North due to the exigency of the matter. The case traveled beyond 1 year. Not the people of Asin North didn't have representation. That is how what you call courts in this country can behave. That is why the judges you so revered in this country can go low. I know to Uji Judge question the other two. Look at the process of 4 high courts, Cape Coast, Court of Appeal, then Supreme Court. And some of the Basa, we know how those things were done.
That's right.
Mekia than Yesiwo.
That's right.
Case with.
That's right.
Yenim, Sal, Santro Kofi, Akpafu, Lolobi, any Lipe, Yenim Yesi Honum. They were prevented from even casting a vote for a member of parliament. Oman Tuabani MP. For 4 years, they have been with that representation. And from Hawaii to Central Kofi, just 6 kilometers, it can take you 45 minutes. Hawaii, now got that Sikaya from Hawaii zone go to Central Kofi. It will take you 45 minutes and more. That was how bad that, because they didn't have representation. Who was going to speak for them? Court, Supreme Court of Ghana. You see, elsewhere, human rights issue, Supreme Court to find serious. They don't joke with it. But when it comes to human rights, they do it anyhow. Who will scar, you are safe. You see, and Eskumi will suffer this alone for the period. We are what shall see and ending there. Now, Fenyamak, Kasan and Kasan, so on also, I petition one also. They are challenging his election.
Oh, Futu.
Yeah.
No, Dr. Kofi Annan.
Kofi Annan is challenging his election.
Accra FM.
And so is another Breno.
Now, I'm going to say NSD. Some of the man serve any.
Yes, but they want to court as a court to know dilly dally with them.
Okay.
So yes, it is either they will have to move from a Futu court.
Okay. Okay.
Now, Mokope court be neutral. But if you feel the court is biased, tilted towards Afenyo, and for that matter, that's what you do. And this I say with that apologies, because just yesterday Afenyo was on mine. Asking said school bear na judge now or grantee or declare or grant or issue that arrest warrant on your friend Kumino Ekoye.
What impudence?
Yeah, just yesterday it was on our mind. That was
what impudence?
School bear na so judge Ekoye law Ben usuanye.
But may Kai judge and say
he said so. I think
may Kai judge and say
just yesterday
minority leader be above contempt.
Yeah, I'm saying so. He said so. You see, and has been one too many. Or come said no, or can or my FM. He said
or Rabishania judge
no judge no school ben or call ye law ben usuanye. Those were Afenyo Markin's wedding yesterday. I listened and I was like, really, you can go that low. But these people will turn around and say, "I'm for dear man for them." But on the trouble, say, "I'm for dear man for them." That is it. And for me, yes, it shouldn't happen to anybody. But it will be a not a normal. My feel said it will be now. It is normal.
Tell the principle, don't know.
No, yeah. Said to be a normal, to be no, because the circumstances under which some seats were turned or overturned are miraculous. Specifically, Okakwe Central. Baba Sadiq, dear. Baba Sadiq no can clear. Say, Patrick Bama didn't have some 3 pink sheets. Then all of a sudden, Electoral Commission said, they conjured and they did it. They nearly having a Domi Kwabenya. But for the vigilance of Domi Kwabenya for and the same thing because Makokwe Junior jail to Mama Wakwe Consoli Party for still people say well we need election. You see, one way your friends say Arabia being sa your friend Ablukumanov one. Yeah. Eyanidion. And can so mudi call.
A rabbit and anything, I'm telling you.
Do you get it?
She's a
I
strong
don't know
woman.
why if you see lawyers and Casano who kids now go follow ya.
Yeah.
Sometimes they will mislead you. Omu jate my phone no mudi and Dian command.
Oh, but Tamadian said it's not gone.
By what? One they declare in the parliament.
Then there's comedians said they have declared it.
But you're a member of parliament. What did you pay? What did January pay? What did January pay? I don't know how can. You know, can it do now? What you know? Mungamu asa. You know, get I no get. In Tablukumanov, they said that. But then you see, my main concentrate to Tablukumanov. I know too. I see. It was sad. They didn't have representation for 4 years. 1 month is gone. The people of Ablukumanov have no representation. And it appears the Electoral Commission is not interested in updating Ghanaians as to their normal facade. Because everybody is looking up to the Electoral Commission to come out and tell us, say, Ebia, you see, ballot boxes or more cost 2 million. We've lost our data. While we use data, the next available option, lawfully, I say you call for rerun. Yes, sir.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah, let them go and do a rerun of that constituency.
No, but
between those two candidates.
With Ablukumanov, Ukrainian in contention. I think about 62.
But that is where the problem is. 62 is huge.
So they should do maybe.
Yes. 62 is huge. Now, see, no, no, come with I
know I'm saying
women development center.
Yeah,
Abokobi Women Development Center.
But how can I lose? Because always, you know.
But that is just one polling station.
One polling
but here we are talking about 60 plus. What I say 62 plus are huge. So call for a rerun. Let these two people go. You rerun. You get MP.
And the funny thing with Ablukumanov, say MPP 4. Say Omayira Omo pin sheet.
Yeah.
Electoral Commission say Omini pin sheet. And yet the Electoral Commission was ready to work with scanned pin sheets from the MPP. Now if you have a scanned pin sheet, then you should be able to produce the original.
That is the point. You see, Ma'am tells the Electoral Commission for any kind of now
corrupt people.
Anything you bedroom or two. And for me, you see, the people of Ablukumanov must push. They must assert on my right. Menyanka will be few ako Supreme Court ako compel it. You can't go to High Court. No issue. You are not a party to the issue.
Okay.
You are not a party. For you as a citizen, you think say you need representation, and now you think the court must compel the Electoral Commission to give you an MP. That is all. That is it. And yes, for two. But he will carry this cross for 4 years.
For 3 minutes,
if not less.
For last minute, senior.
The last minute, Meko President Cabinet 19. Ya dom. Obi owo was sefata. So obey minister. So by what cabinet, I don't have problem with any of them, even though they are not my friends. But they have rich CV and what have you. But I know too.
Yeah.
I think say 19, not a my 2 pair. I have problem with it. The cabinet has just 2 women. Just 2 women. That is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Well.
Very highly unfortunate. Let me tell you. You see, for a government and a party that prioritize women to the extent that you produce the first female vice president, you promised Women Development Bank. It means that you are women sensitive. Do you get it? It's a way you're women sensitive. Now, your appointment, CEOs, you see women. All right. But when you come to cabinet, a mommy, no. For me, it does not represent the vision of the government. It does not. It does not. It is not in sync with John Mahama's vision to Okofa as a vice president. Do you get it? It does not. So they must compensate the women in other ways.
I agree, it's enough for cabinet, but like you said, who CEOs, yeah.
It is still not because CEOs
ministerial appointments.
Apart from one form of humanity, numbers are banned who compete here. The ministerial 54 now, 56 now was this year. My woman is about 7. Do you get it?
Oh, you think so?
Check and see. I know so. Yeah, the women are not. Well, is it 9, 10 or so? Yeah, but the original ministers. My woman is 3. For original ministers 10 now. My woman is 3. So never fat
fisheries.
Gender. I trade.
So when I'm so for surgery, Jifago Meshi. Gender.
When you
maybe a dozen on top of
let me say 7. My just calculation every my real you see, to the less compensate the women, don't the money mama and the people are pointing, they should consider women. I'm for that who are bench. I say more people are on the bench. You see, my who say what troll Facebook you've been promoting Mamui Obubia Dako. Yes.
My train appointment
competent, eloquent, exquisite, swift.
The sweet tattoo.
Yeah.
Appointment.
Sana the likes of Kobe Ballon.
Hey, Kobe Ballon.
Elikem Kotoko.
Elikem Kotoko. Yeah.
Bernard and
NPC, yeah.
Oh,
fantastic.
Bernard and NPC, the light, the new moon. Plethora of the. There's this young girl. I don't know whether she's a young girl or woman. I don't know woman.
Who's that?
I don't know. She's not my friend. I don't know her. But Michiano Studio had that. Bridget Bonny. Or spearhead the project. 18 plus.
18 plus.
Or no say.
Okay.
The 18 plus now or recruit two of one, they will feel say or man need my phone.
Okay,
they get it.
First,
like that, you just tap them and then you recognize them effort. Then it helps them to do it. Right.
Senior.
Also, why you Juma? Why you Juma? And the milk I mean now with MC now Linka Juana. I mean, Kabi Mount.
That be every friend some family didn't come by family uncle.
MC for
okay, thank you, bro. Emilia.
Okay,
your time now, Sunti.
NS does a special advisor. That be special advisor.
That be NS appointment. That be NS appointment. Or appointment. Charlie, 1 minute.
Where the echo fear?
Hold on. You better back up. A2 and a senior 1 minute. Now, your fancy. Fetch me. Only have time.
Where the echo fear now? The only thing I can say, ma, yeah. In penny for us, John Mahama and repeated the same mistakes and people especially the issue of employment. I was your mama babuno ejuma and the money ya more tank my young 4 years. Na ebia bibi kusia waka say ulo do o mato so ne abechere say illegal employment na ade na boys ambe ye adwuma enti ye pa o macho say de John Mahama de ama omo no I'm making sure so I'm an some grassroots no so the grassroots was with them throughout the heat of the campaign. They have campaigned with them. A success yen are talking. So when they say success they should make sure say grassroots no so better
resolving disputes such as the Boku conflict and others that are in various parts of the country. He has spoken about the need to use dialogue and stakeholder engagement as a tool towards achieving lasting peace in these areas, in addition to deploying security measures, deploying intelligence measures to ensure that early warning signals are picked up and they are attended to expeditiously to forestall the outbreak of violence. And where there is some outbreak of violence, we respond rapidly to bring it under control, to preserve life and property.
My question is on energy. You mentioned that the energy minister is part of cabinet. I want to find out, WAPCO announced that it was starting with its PN exercise. I think.
Yeah, so WAEC ABC a professional accredited diploma from WAEC, which is also licensed or accredited under the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, and a diploma certificate which is awarded by WAEC, and I award diploma in information technology and a diploma in business administration. So these are the two courses are under the WAEC ABC we are offering at Primo Institute.
Okay, all right. Sisi ano o be kejegum se ne be ya Ghana fo nso betimi edimochi na wonu a esefata se omunya wonkyerehire mu mfaso no nso betimi enya. Enti sisi ano de jakwan amaw kane nyina gum na tiefo no nyina emra enti medio to da ko menso me da wasese o join ye sorry you Primo via near can the better us.
Okay, Primo Institute, we are located at Osu, opposite the Crossport Stadium, and their website is www.primoinstitute.com. www.primoinstitute.com. Primo Institute, we offer both international and local accredited programs from WAEC Ghana and AB UK. AB UK stands for Association of Business Executive in the UK. At Primo Institute, I have a diploma in information technology, and the diploma in information technology a program which is well tailored for your technological needs, and it's just 5 subjects for the whole year. So the diploma in information technology is a 1-year diploma program, and it has only 5 subjects. UBCIBB to say information technology, UBCIBB to say hardware and networking information systems. You would also learn marketing and human resource management. So these are some of the advantages over Primo Institute OBCA. And our fees are very, very affordable. We have payment plan for all the students. And at Primo Institute, we have experienced lecturers on bar. They will give you the practical and theoretical needs of the program. Say you would get in touch with Primo Institute. Your numbers are 055 222 2216. Yes, so 055 222 2216. So 055 and 2 near Baku 5. Then now the 16
Sure. It's ordinary money to join. Then my location or
okay, Primo Institute, we are located at Osu, opposite the Accra Sports Stadium. Yes, or you can also use the Independence Square as a landmark.
Okay.
So you can either call us, WhatsApp us, or even text us on that same number.
Okay.
We'll get in touch with you.
Okay, so is it a weekend or something?
Okay, so with the sections are regular
and
weekend.
Monday to
so
Friday.
The regular is on Monday to Friday for students.
Yeah.
And I was sections for workers, which is the weekend.
That's Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, so Friday,
Saturday and Sunday.
And it's a hybrid class, so it's a combination of for the weekend as a hybrid class, so a combination of both online and in person. So you would come to the school premises. Some of the courses are you do it online via Zoom.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a hybrid system that we are running.
Now, environment it's saying the learning condition it's saying.
Yes, free internet facility, Emma students, so that they can use that one to do their research, assignment, and project works as well.
Okay.
And it's a very serene environment. No disturbances, and it's a very small size classroom. Teacher-student interaction so so it is something Uba Primo Institute. Uba won't say it is value for money. And I'll just add, all our classrooms are air conditioned.
Wow.
Yes, all our classrooms or our lecture rooms are air conditioned.
Maybe be out to cry and free to
Debbie.
Ping pong pay na additional cry
no disturbances.
Oh, wow.
And yes, yes, our school is just about 70 meters or let's say 100 meters away from the Parliament House, so you should understand.
Oh, serious?
Yes.
And then me ba Parliament House or no me Parliament or no. Yeah, o share condition, no share from even the road leading to Parliament.
Yes. It's a security zone as well.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
So okay. I see.
But Primo Institute, you shouldn't be scared. It's a security zone and transportation and everything is fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, shall we? And then will be first time at OTA. Tell us, why Muskun? Why should I be part of Muskun?
Okay, it's a very good question. With Primo Institute, we have been there for some time, and we have the track records. All the students that come to Primo Institute, your success is guaranteed, and we make sure that you learn, and not just learn, but you learn and also pass your examination. And at Primo Institute, we have experienced lecturers, and some of our lecturers also teaches at other universities as well.
Wow.
And yeah, hope. And at Primo Institute, our certificate, there are some of the institutions that on certificate is not accredited. Your diploma certificates.
It's in cases to say Muskun, that's Primo Institute, is well accredited.
Yes, so
from accreditation way.
Yes, so some of the certificates they are not accredited. Your course will be as a diploma program, but the certificate is not accredited. But with the certificate from Primo Institute, it's accredited and it's been awarded by WAEC. And WAEC is a nationally recognized exams body, even in Ghana and West Africa and beyond. So Uba Primo Institute, the certificate that would give you, and you can also use the certificate for other international courses and international exams bodies they can also put you on some courses exemption. Exemption means that if you get a diploma certificate, some of the programs are level 2 and now level 200. And when you even check the university entry requirements all the university entry requirements in Ghana, even the traditional universities the ABC is also part of it. Yes.
And no.
Yes, and no. So Uba Primo Institute, when you do the advanced business certificate examination awarded by WAEC, it can lead you to level 200.
To level 200.
Exactly, yes.
You
just have to pass.
Public university.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Even with the traditional universities, and in America, you can also search it. It is online.
Yeah.
What I say, it is part of their admission requirement. Where we call tech website University of Education, UPSC, all the universities are when you check everybody can go on Google search ABC entry requirement or ABC university requirement. You would see that all our traditional universities, even UCC, accept the ABC. Yes. So it is an advantage. Maybe what now for this day you are not able to gain admission for one or two reasons into the university. Now WAEC ABC program where it is either diploma in information technology or diploma in business administration. Then you apply to the university at level 200 next year.
So since some of the courses now,
so for the diploma courses now, diploma in business administration.
Diploma courses now
Yes.
Diploma in administration.
Yes, and diploma in information technology.
So diploma in information technology. That's IT.
IT, yes.
So more pure into IT.
Yes, pure into IT, because if you look at the course models, there were information systems, there were information technology itself, which is a practical program. There were hardware and networking as an IT program.
So an IT nyama diploma no hardware
and networking.
Networking no have to do with some of the no, so Obi I network in IT. I think he can also work at the banks.
Yes. Every organization needs IT personnel. Even Accra FM can some more IT.
Your IT department.
Exactly.
Omona, if you dare call because BBA is who be internet.
Exactly.
Because here I can be here and make my sending information and mobile or CTV. That's a TV a station. I get you.
Yes, so, and even sometimes, even with printing of documents, I'll me print here or the other side.
Of course,
exactly.
networking. And what again?
And IP, internet configurations, IP. Yes. Then information technology itself.
Information technology.
So we take you into the world of information technology.
Yes. Okay.
Then information systems. So these are the three core.
So IT, no, just nyama mo na deep.
Yes. So under IT, these are the three
hardware
core
network.
Hardware and networking joining. So you can understand you're learning hardware, you're also learning networking as well. So hardware and networking is a one subject. Then the second subject information systems. Then you also learn information technology. So these are the core IT subjects. Then we spice it up with marketing and human resource management.
So apart from this, no Sunday marketing and human resource company being here a marketer, company being here will be a resource manager. Oh wow.
Yes, so and then 5 subjects for the information technology. Then when you go to the business administration side of it, and also we teach you economics. Your business finance as well.
Wow.
Then you also learn business communication, how to communicate in business.
Okay.
Then you also learn marketing. Then you also learn HR.
Yeah,
so business finance, economics, business communication, then marketing and HR for the diploma in business administration. It's just a 1-year program.
Wow.
At the tertiary level.
So
1 year is just 2 semesters.
Okay, so young fan is saying I'm working. Me pese me be.
Okay.
So my certificate, maybe SS. Nam pese me be like the obobo sono.
Oh, entry requirements for so the entry requirement for the ABC it starts from Ukita WASI, Ukita SSSC, Ukita GBC. So people that are coming from the business background are general business certificate examination, which is the GBC. The GBC also is is also a university entry requirement.
Okay.
So Ukita GBC, Ukita NVTI, then RSA, Ukita O level, A level, or even you're a mature student who is 25 years and above, you can also apply for this professional accredited program from the WAEC.
Okay. Sina, YDC sample bonama natural location.
Okay, Primo Institute, you can reach us on the web www.primo institute. Primo is spelled PRIMOR. Institute.com. So Primo Institute, PRIMOR plus institute.com. Then if you want to reach us either WhatsApp, call or text messenger 055 222 22 16. So 055 222 2216. So 2 near baku 5. Then you add 16 to it.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
All right, Sina, thank you. Good evening to your lovely listeners. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
100
free Benji Estate and Investment for pe any ye we and into Abosumi be in Sian eba mframe mo besha wonte ye ho asem boni bia esan se ye di ehuni na ya misro nso so ahye ye ma na wunia oba wadamfo kofi ameche so de meka asem chewa na chese ye authentic original mpacho bibi biara emfra frame and into misro enjima no ensi bone na won so bra na ma ye nditwa enti asase a edikan Chopoli asase ye friend new airport city Chopoli asase a ye friend new airport city asase we first no na ye de ma 25,000 sisi ye de ma 20,000 sanse nso to femu ye de nti ya chew ya teso 5,000 e de amount afi 5,000 na ya teso de ye nyina